Hello and welcome to Stretford. Paddock, today's podcast is brought to you by Surfshark VPN. Now more than ever, our internet reliance has been rapidly increasing. We stream our favourite shows, keep in touch with loved ones, and watch podcasts, not to mention, of course, the football. We'd like to think that information is safe, but as our online footprint increases, so does our need for proper internet security. Surfshark is a VPN service that protects your information by encrypting all the data that you send through the internet, keeping anyone unwanted from seeing it. Another great reason to use a VPN service is often when we're trying to stream something from another country, it can be restricted, so you can only view it from that country. However, using Surfshark VPN enables you to view content that is only usually able to watch from different countries, from abroad. So for example, if you've got a show or a game that you want to watch that is only being streamed in a certain country, using Surfshark VPN, that will allow you to watch that. So that can be channels and services such as Netflix, X or Twitter, Amazon Prime, all those different channels and services that you may only be able to watch in different countries. With Surfshark, you can simply solve that problem by changing your location. Also, if you do go abroad, you're on holiday, you're on the beach, and you still want to tune in to the Premier League or to any other services that you can't get while you're abroad, well, changing your location back to the UK and using your normal streaming service will enable that using Surfshark VPN. Currently, Surfshark has an amazing deal on. By using the link in the description and the promo code Paddock, which is pretty easy to remember, Paddock, you get an extra 4 months free. Surfshark also offers 30-day money-back guarantee. So use the link in the description and the code Paddock and you get 4 months free. And don't forget, you also get a 30-day money-back guarantee.
Hello, it's me, Dave the London Cabin. This weekend, I'm a little bit disappointed I didn't get the Oasis tickets in the ballot. My missus says I should have applied. This weekend, the famous Manchester United take on the old enemy, Liverpool. And I predict a scoreline of the famous Manchester United 3, Liverpool 1. Come on, United.
How we doing, everyone? This is the big one. Definitely United against Liverpool, 4 o'clock kickoff on a Sunday. I think after a disappointing result last weekend against Brighton, I fully expect us to bounce back with a confident performance similar to the cup final. I think we win it 2-1. I think Rashford's due a goal, needs it for his confidence, and I say Bruno penalty to get the second one. Hopefully we get to see De Ligt start alongside Martinez at the back. But yeah, confident 2-1. Come on, United.
Yeah, alright. We're talking about blame in the last game. I should get the blame for why we lost. I think blame Brighton. They're the ones who scored. Their fault. Nah. Anyway, but yeah, drop Maguire. I think De Ligt needs to start against Liverpool. Should probably drop Rashford as well. And then we got to win 4-0. Easy. Bruno scores all 4 of them. Why not? Let's have it. Come on.
My score prediction, Man United versus Liverpool, is 1-0 to Man United. I reckon Garnacho is going to score. Garnacho!
Hello and welcome to Stretford. Paddock. It is the Liverpool watch-along. Manchester United versus Liverpool today at 4 p.m. I'm joined by Ronaldo, Brown and Scotty. It's a big day today. It's a big game, isn't it? Big game. Ronaldo, how are you feeling?
Man, it always is. I said I'm actually not too nervous yet.
Why?
I think it'll be a tight game, so I think my nervousness will come when the game actually begins. But you always have to be, when you're playing against your rivals, you've got to be anxious in a sense, but be quietly confident that you can pull off an upset, because I personally think the form book should always go out the window in games like these.
Do you think it would be a big upset if we beat Liverpool today?
I don't think so. I was just going to pull Ronaldo up on that, actually.
Yeah.
United at home, really, given our form against them over the last couple of years, and obviously the FA Cup win last year, I think we should be favourites for the game, really. But like Ronaldo said also, its form goes out the window, doesn't it, in these sort of games. But huge, biggest game in English football, if not in the world, really, as far as I'm concerned. Manchester United versus Liverpool. It's always the game that you look forward to.
Real Madrid Barca?
What? Do Real Madrid and Barca? No, this is the biggest game in the world for me as far as I'm concerned.
Certainly my favourite game of the season. Yeah. I mean, get in the comments, get your thoughts in, of course, on the game. We've got the team news coming up as well in just a second. Is that ready yet or not just yet? 1 second on the team news. Just getting into a lot of people. I'm nervous about this one, Michael. People talking about dropping Ahmad off the bench. Ahmad isn't. People dropping Ahmad is crazy. Ahmad provides spark off the bench. Ahmad isn't starting. We'll get the full team news in just a second. But what do you reckon, Scotty? I mean, I know you've got another job in there.
I've been given remote control. Yes, I've done it. I've managed. Sorry, what was the question?
Ahmad on the bench to start the game. He's been dropped from the first couple of
who's put on?
So we've got Garnacho, Xerxes and Rashford up front. We'll get the graphic up in just
a second. I mean, it's a lot of pace. I'm hoping Ahmad will be one of the sort of things we can pin our hopes on this season. Had a great pre-season, and I had a great first game. Brighton, he sort of fell off a little bit, but you know this is why we need the depth of the squad. Yeah, they got a goal, but it wasn't a great performance.
No, it wasn't his best performance at all, other than the goal. To be fair, but it always feels hard to punish a player when they've actually got a goal involvement. But I think it's quite clear what he's gone for. He's gone for pace down the flanks, counter-attack, transition. Expecting us not to have too much of the ball. I think there's enough threat there to hurt Liverpool. It's just about whether we turn up and we're clinical enough.
It's weird, isn't it? Because in a way, obviously they didn't, but in a way, Rashford, Garnacho and Ahmad all kind of scored against Brighton, if you know what I mean. Rashford had one disallowed, Garnacho had one disallowed, and Ahmad did. So if you're just looking at did they get the ball in the back of the net, obviously Ahmad's counted, so it counts for more. But in terms of are you getting in good positions, are you putting the ball away, they all kind of did. And I thought, like you said, Ahmad's performance, some sloppy passing in there, some stuff that you don't expect from him usually.
Normally security.
Yeah, that's one thing he's much better than Garnacho and Rashford at usually is. You give him the ball, you know you're keeping the ball. Whereas the other two tend to kind of lose it a bit more often, trying things, going past players. I'm a little bit surprised. Well, I'm not surprised that he didn't pick him because I didn't think he would. But I felt as though that Ahmad would get a longer run in the team than he ended up having, if you know what I mean.
He scored a winner in his fixture as well.
Off the bench.
FA Cup off the bench as well.
Let's just go through the full squad, the full team then. So we've got Onana, Mazraoui, De Ligt with his first start for Manchester United. We've got Martinez and Dello. Midfield three of Mainu, Casemiro and Bruno Fernandes. I don't think there's any option there really. We'll get to the bench in a second. And a front three as I think it's Brennan Johnson there puts the ball over the bar for Spurs. A front three of Rashford, Xerxes making his first start as well. And Alejandro Garnacho also making his first start. Substitutes are Bayindir, Heaton, Evans, Maguire, Ahmad, Collier, Anthony, Eriksson and Wheatley. It is a little bit thin in terms of subs, isn't it? Especially in that midfield area. Obviously you've got Eriksson in there and Collier. But they're the only two central midfielders. And one of them's sort of right toward the end of his United career and one of them's very much at the start of it. If we're being overrun in midfield, Ronaldo, what are you doing if you're the manager? How do you overcome something like that with those options off the bench, or do we just have to hope that these three can get the job done?
Collier.
You bring him on?
From what I saw in the pre-season, Collier's athletic enough, he's got enough legs, he's physical enough to go in there and be an extra body.
Yep.
I think you'd rather him than Eriksson in that situation. Eriksson's obviously the more creative, technically secure type of midfielder, but he definitely hasn't got the legs for that. But
no.
I think a midfield of Casemiro, Mainu and Bruno, we've seen it get overrun in the past. You just got to hope that today isn't one of those days, especially when we know what Xerxes likes to play like. Xerxes will probably likely drop in as well, so he might offer a bit of support and a build-up in that sense. But it's just about us being ready off the ball.
How much do you think that defensive line will help the midfield as well? We saw times last season where, I don't know if this back four ever actually started a game, but you'd see Dalot at left back or Amrabat at left back. We'd see Casemiro, we'd see Kambwala at centre back, we'd see Wan-Bissaka at right back. How much that's pretty much United's full strength back four, apart from Luke Shaw. How much do you think them pushing up and filling the space and marking their men properly will help that midfield in terms of stopping Liverpool playing through us with just massive gaps everywhere like we've seen?
Yeah, I think it will. And you made a point there about how much the makeshift defensive was, week in, week out for United last season. I think it'll be a huge thing for our game today. I am concerned with Casemiro though in centre midfield. You were about who to bring in if we are getting overrun.
Yeah.
I think it's probably Casemiro's biggest game. In terms of has he still got it in his locker after the question marks that were left last season. But it's nice to have across the back four experts in position. Newcastle have just taken the lead,
and about 60% of fantasy football players across the land have just signed.
I just said I just said I was going to take him out as well.
Alexander
and
Isaac scores a breakaway counter on Tottenham, and this is the problem with Tottenham, isn't it?
They've absolutely battered Newcastle this half, from what I've seen as well.
This is the problem with Tottenham. I mean, the 2-1 down now. Sorry to interrupt you there, but
right.
you were interrupted by Newcastle scoring. One thing that I don't worry for when I'm looking at United's top 4 chances, and I look at Tottenham and I look at Newcastle, Tottenham always have this. They look as good as anyone at times. There was that first half against Leicester in that first game. I thought we haven't looked that good since we beat Tottenham 2-0 2 years ago, and then they drew the game. And like in this game, Newcastle haven't been great, and I think he's onside there. Yeah, it definitely is. And all of a sudden, Newcastle are 2-1 up, and I just think they give away a lot of chances. Tottenham, that high line there has killed them. What do you think, Ronnie?
I think Spurs. That's why I put them to finish 7th. Behind.
Wow.
No,
that is big.
No, because obviously my prediction was I thought Villa and Chelsea would finish above them, and we'd finish above them, so they'd finish 7th. I think what did I predict? Was it City, Arsenal, Liverpool, Villa, us, Chelsea?
I think you switched us in Villa in the end.
Yeah, I might have switched us in Villa.
Yeah,
but it's because from what you see now in football, if you're not defensively secure as a team, you're not going to do very well.
Yeah,
and there needs to be an element of control in your fixtures as well, and. Tottenham give too many teams an opportunity. The way Tottenham play is every single game's a toss up. Yeah. They might blitz a team 4-5-0, but they could also lose 4-1, or they can dominate a game and still lose 3-1 because when the other team's got 3 chances. I think there's too much like kamikaze football going on with them. But the thing is, if you catch them on the wrong day, man, they can blow you away. That's the problem.
Yeah. They're just a sort of swinging for the head all the time as a boxer, aren't they? No jab, no counter-attack. It's literally just knockout punch after knockout punch. They're going for it.
They're like a better version of Bielsa's Leeds.
Yeah, just constantly fighting, constantly with better players.
But
2-1 to Newcastle now. Just back to United a second. We talked about that midfield, Ronnie. Do you think that defence is going to play a big part today? Not in terms of defending, but in terms of helping United on the ball and helping find that sort of, the rhythm in terms of keeping Liverpool under pressure, if we can do that at all.
Yeah, that looks like a more than solid enough back line. Delete gets to have his first start as well, so we see how he fares. The partnership with him and Martinez, which will probably be the starting and should be the starting one until obviously Euro comes back and probably challenges him for that. But I think that's a solid enough back four. But as you said, sometimes it's not always about the personnel. No. It's about the whole structure of the team, how much protection the midfield offers them as well, because obviously Casemiro's had a better start than he has last season, but it's just about whether he has one of his days today, because if not, then we might be in trouble.
It is exciting though to see De Ligt get a start at Old Trafford, to have the Dutch greatest defender, playing the game today, start at Old Trafford. Van Dijk's also on the pitch.
I think this is Van Dijk's 200th game for Liverpool as well, isn't it? I think that's a perfect time to make that statement. I mean, Van Dijk obviously has been a very good player, but I think we've got the one for the future, haven't we? I mean, they're living in the past with Van Dijk.
I think with Van Dijk as well. Van Dijk throughout his career has made a lot more howlers in terms of mistakes than De Ligt has. Obviously, he's got a lot more years in him, but I think De Ligt's got this crazy stat where he's never gave a ball away to lead to a goal or something.
Is that true?
Yeah.
Bloody hell, that is good actually, isn't it?
Yeah, I like that stat.
I mean, it won't last. Firstly, it's not true, and secondly, even if it is true, it won't last long at United. I can tell you that much. Get your thoughts in the comments. Of course, Asmi says it's so weird when you put your best player of the month on the bench. Yeah, Ahmad won player of the month for Manchester United. Do you know what though? Honestly, I get why he's done it, and that's not meant to be a diss at Ahmad, but Garnacho's looked very good every time he's come off the bench, and is one of Ten Hag's favourite players at United.
He's direct as well, though, isn't he, Garnacho? And I think that's what we need to sort of go counter Liverpool today, because they're going to be all over us, as they usually are. So I think with Ahmad, it's like punch for punch if you're using the boxing analogy from before. So I understand why he's not started with Ahmad. And Ahmad's a sort of player as well. I don't think he'll take it to heart that he'll have been dropped to the bench, personally.
No. And also, how many games has Ahmad actually started for United? Is it 10? If that?
Yeah.
Garnacho started 30 in a row at one point last season. The experience, the manager's trust, the relationship with his teammates between Garnacho and Ahmad hopefully, Ahmad's grows, but at the minute there's no comparison, is there? Like, Garnacho has been a starting player for United for a season and a half, and Ahmad has never really been a starting player. So I think the fact he started the first 2 games is good for him, and it's good that we've seen that he can do that. But Garnacho is always above the pecking order than Ahmad is.
So maybe it's not a case that Ahmad's been dropped. Actually, it's like Garnacho's got more match fit, and he was always going to be this position.
I think so. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I mean, obviously, if Rashford's form maybe doesn't continue to rise, or if Garnacho dips in and out, then I think Ahmad's the first off the bench. But I don't think that it's a huge surprise that the player who started almost every game last season is starting a game this season. The weird thing is, though, you look at the bench, I was thinking, it's a bit of a thin bench, that. And in a couple of areas, we've got players to come back, obviously. We've got Luke Shaw to come back. We've got Mason Mount to come back, which will be a big one as well. With Lindelof as well. But in terms of midfield, in terms of attack, Højlund's missing. But then after that, this is it. Like, Ahmad and Anthony are our only backup wingers. Does that worry you for the season, Ronaldo?
I saw United fans say this online, kind of bringing up our winger depth, thinking it's not actually like amazing. There's no like clear standout. There's definitely enough quality in it, but it's not super strong, especially after Sancho left. Even though Sancho offered us little to nothing, but people were comparing it to watching Brighton yesterday, and then I saw a couple of United fans mention that Brighton have to be the greediest club they've ever seen when it comes to hoarding wingers. Like, United could do with a few of them. They've got about like 6 first-team quality wingers at the club.
Just got another one this season, didn't they, for Newcastle?
Who is it from Newcastle did they get?
Is it Minter?
You got Minter. No, it's like, what is that? I think they've got Mitoma, Adingra, Minter, Gruder, and Ciso. And I think they sent a few on loan. I don't know. I think United winger depth.
Yeah, and Ciso, Mitoma, Adingra, Gruder, Solly March as well is there. Minter's there. They've got quite a few.
Just wingers galore.
Yeah, it is. I mean, does that worry though about United genuinely? Because let's say Rashford gets injured or falls out of form, or if there's any injuries there, Anthony's the first guy off the bench, or he's starting for United. That is a bit of a concern for me.
Mason Mount as well. Did you not mention?
That's true, yeah, but he's
I mean, we'll probably get 10 games.
Out of him this season.
Yeah, looking at that, I thought it was a little bit strange that we didn't pursue the Raheem Sterling move. To be honest. I'd have took Sterling.
I would. A lot of people sort of rule it out immediately, but he's done. I mean, he's a better player than Anthony. He's done far more than Ahmad. Yeah. Obviously, you'd hope the future's brighter for Ahmad than it is for Sterling, but he's been one of the better wingers in the history of the Premier League. He's not terrible, is he, Sterling? Like, I would have been up for that personally, but I get why you don't want to sign a Liverpool academy player that made his name.
He's played for every one of. He's literally played for every one of United's rivals.
Yeah, except Leeds now. But other than that,
he's just got Leeds left to tick off.
Yeah, he's collecting all the Infinity Stones of who you can't play for United.
Looks like Arsenal might need him as well.
Yeah, exactly. HB Hugh says, Ahmad over Anthony. What is this? Sterling is shit. So to be honest, so happy we didn't get him. He's not shit though, is he? Even last season. He's had better numbers last year than Anthony has the whole time he's been here. And Anthony is he's on the bench, and after Ahmad, if we want to replace both of our wingers today, Anthony is coming on. And no one on earth can tell me that Sterling isn't a better player.
My opinion is, obviously, there's a lot of that. I think Sterling is shit seems to be a buzz statement everyone just says, and I don't know where that basis really comes from. He's not had like an amazing spell at Chelsea, even though statistically it wasn't awful, but Chelsea have just been an absolute. They've been awful, for especially for players in the past couple of years. But we've just went through our winger depth. What about our winger depth makes us able to call Sterling shit or to scoff at Sterling?
It's no comparison, is there? And the fact that Arsenal wanted him as well says everything, really. If the club that finished second has been able to
my question would be, what wingers do United have, or how many wingers United have actually? Can you definitively, with a straight face, say are better than Raheem Sterling?
Yeah, I mean, I think Garnacho, as it stands, is a more effective player than Sterling is. I think Rashford, when he's playing well, is better than Sterling.
I don't think Garnacho's better than Sterling. I think Rashford, you can argue, even though his performance is terrible, but like in terms of what he's done. But yeah, I don't know about Garnacho being better than Sterling even right now. I think that's disrespectful to Sterling. And Garnacho's on the rise still, if anything. And I've been saying this, Garnacho's electric, and he's got some serious potential about him, and I like his mentality. But I think people sometimes need to pump the brakes on him a little bit, because he does still have a lot of rawness and raw elements to come out of his game. So, but
I
when I'm looking
agree
at
with you,
Ahmad,
but I still think that Garnacho is better than Sterling right now. Not as a career, but 29-year-old Sterling from the last 2 seasons that I've seen isn't as good as, or I don't think he's as good as Garnacho from last season. But I get your point. We could have done with some rotation off the bench.
All right, don't compare it to Garnacho. Compare it to Rashford.
Yeah, I mean, it depends though, doesn't it? Because it depends what you want. I do think that obviously the aim is getting Rashford back to full form, isn't it? Because
we hope so, yeah.
Yeah, and if we can do that, then I'd absolutely no question that Rashford is a better player than Sterling is right now.
Yeah.
But
the last 2 years, though.
But I mean, over the last 2 years, I think Rashford's been better. Last season, Sterling was probably better. But it's just the aim with Rashford is we're trying to get him back to where he was, isn't it? That's what we're doing. We're trying to sort of rehabilitate him back to where he was.
How long has he got to do that, though, Joe?
I think this is probably his last season.
No, he gets the whole season to improve.
Well, he's not going to start he's not going to start every week. But I think look at like we said off the options. Can you imagine a scenario where Garnacho and Ahmad start 25 games in a row in the league? I can't. I think Rashford's going to get loads of chances, and I think he'll get the whole season.
Do you think that's what saved that's what saved Rashford and his like poor performance for the past 18 months? Is the fact that the winger depth isn't amazing, and it's quite a young winger group as well.
Yeah, probably.
Where he's got the seniority over them as well. I think he's got away with that as well.
Yeah, I think that's helped him.
I think if you had a similar caliber winger in terms of notoriety, pedigree, whatever, then Rashford would be in a little bit of trouble in terms of his game time.
Yeah.
But because when he looks behind him, it's just like Garnacho, who's a young academy product, who's still just turned 20. You've got Ahmad, who's only just getting his opportunity, and he's still young as well. And then you've got Anthony, who's piss poor. He hasn't really got anyone to keep him on his toes apart from Garnacho, really.
Yeah, I think Sterling coming in might have given a bit of that as well.
Yeah.
Just like a little bit of a you've got to book your ideas up a little bit. I mean, he knows that anyway. I'm sure he does. I wonder what happens in the conversations around players like Rashford, where he's been out of form for 12 months or maybe even a little bit longer. Is it constantly people going, "Come on, mate, you got to do better," or is it, you know what, keep doing what you're doing, it's not as bad as it looks, or is it, no, you're doing brilliantly, the numbers will come, just keep. I wonder what people are saying to him. I wonder what attitude and what kind of tactic people are using with Rashford. Because a year into bad form, you know, if you have 6 bad weeks, it's like, right, come on, we can turn this around now. But you do have to change the way you do things when it's been a 12, 16 month sort of spell of poorer form. You can't just keep slamming someone every week, because that doesn't help either.
Well, there'll be a change of tact as well, won't there? Because of all the coaching staff that's changed from last season as well, and the season before when he actually had a good season. So we wonder what Ruud van Nistelrooy is sort of saying to Rashford this year to try and get the best out of him.
Tina Tellefson Totoka says, what has Rashford given since his trip to Belfast? And Rashford has been at the club for so long, he should do everything to win. I do think the last couple of games, I've seen more in terms of energy and effort from him. I have. He doesn't look like he's fuming and as pissed off as he sort of did at times last season. The performances haven't been brilliant, but I've seen a little bit of a attitude shift, just visually. Obviously, I don't know what's going on in his head, but to me, it's felt like I've seen a bit more in terms of he's actually really putting the work in a bit more.
What's an acceptable season, Phil? I'll ask you both of you this. Right, so we've seen the best of Rashford a couple of seasons ago. We'll probably see the worst of Rashford last season. Yeah. What is it an acceptable, I don't know, goals this season that you're expecting from him to keep his place at United?
Well, he's had, 3 20-plus goal seasons. I think you want to be looking around that ballpark. High teens, I think. You get around there, that's productive for a winger. Most wingers don't get 20 goals.
Do you think he'll get that? Who? Rashford.
Only if he doesn't pick his form up, then he's going to struggle. He's going to struggle to get teens, but I'm also thinking about the amount of games that players play now in a season. Gives an opportunity to get the numbers up.
You playing 55 games
because how many did
season?
Hoyland had like 16 last season, didn't he? Was it around that? 15, 16? Whilst having like an amazing spell where he scored, was it like 9 in 9 games? Outside of that, he was struggling. But then when you look back on the season, you're like 16 goals. That's a good number.
Yeah,
For
it's decent
a
number.
debut striker who's just come to league, who's 20 years old in a really poor United team.
Yeah,
Do
played
you know what I
43 games and got 16 goals. So it's a goal every 3 games, which isn't too bad for 20 when he arrived.
No.
Yeah.
You know, it's not too bad. But I do think, but the one thing, he did get a cluster of goals. But the one thing I will say about him, it wasn't like he got 4 goals in one game, 2 goals in another game.
No, it was a goal every. It was like
one.
one.
So he's scoring
in every
yeah.
game.
Yeah, he scored in about 12 games, which I like that. Because you see sometimes, like, there was a point last season, I think, where Nicholas Jackson for Chelsea had like 7 goals, but he scored them in 2 games or something. So it's like,
Was it the hat trick against Spurs?
yeah.
And
And there was another one where he got 2 goals or
Was it
something
Everton?
as well.
shit.
Tottenham on the attack here against Newcastle. But I think with Højlund, he's had 16 goals, but he scored in quite a few games, which I quite like.
Did he beat Ruud van Nistelrooy's record last season
What
of like most league games in the bounce for United to score?
I don't think so. No, that was,
I think he might have been on the verge.
yeah,
of
he was
doing
close.
it.
Then he got injured, didn't he?
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't think he did break that. Joshua Bowater says, hate having a match like this just before the international break. Also, the break's far too early. Season's hardly got started.
Yeah, it makes
Nobody's
no
really
sense.
got going.
Yeah. Why? It's
I
not
don't know.
October the first time, innit?
I don't know. I'm sure it's always
Or is
earlier
it?
than you think.
Yeah, it's early, man.
I always think that. Yeah, 3 games into the season. And
Nobody
we've just
gives
had
a shit.
tournament.
And it
No
means
one gives a shit.
usually means there's a cluster of games after, because the fixture list looked scarce when I was looking at it, and I realised that they still had the League Cup and the Europa League fixtures.
Yeah,
to
well,
go.
that's out now, isn't it? Obviously,
The
there's more
fixtures
games
aren't
than
actually
ever.
out yet, though.
No, the fixtures aren't.
The
but
fixtures
the
are,
ties are out.
But the dates are not. I think Barnsley is the 17th of September,
Yeah.
which is that a Tuesday, I think.
Yeah, I'll double check now, but I
So-
think so. Yeah, so there are a lot more games, but how many games? There's like 2 extra games as well now in the Europa League, isn't there? I think you play 8 games instead
Yeah.
of the 6 that you used to play. It's all a bit weird. I've never seen a football have a league set up where not everyone in that league plays each other. That's bizarre. Do you know what I mean? You've got
I think
teams
you
who
do.
don't-
You play everyone once, innit?
No,
in
you
your
don't.
group?
No.
Oh.
No,
It's all one massive league, and you play a team from each pot once, and
Okay.
all of those results go into a single league, and the top half go through.
How is that fair? I
It's
thought?
bizarre.
Like,
Like-
what are they basing it on? What's the sort of stats to say these are equal fixtures
The
against
pots,
I don't know.
the pot system.
Yeah, the
so
pot
they're saying
ranking.
that the pot rankings. People are playing the same amount of teams from each pot, kind of thing.
It's the first European draw. When I saw the sort of like how farcical the setup was, I wasn't even asked about watching like who we got. I said right, I saw it a couple of hours
Yeah.
later.
At least we've still got the knockout phase is the same afterwards.
Yeah.
And there's no one. People aren't dropping down from the Champions League anymore.
No, so we probably got a better
So we've
chance.
got a better chance of winning because there aren't too many sort of big boys in the Europa League this year.
Jose Mourinho we're facing,
Yeah,
aren't
we've
we?
got him, haven't we, Fenerbahce. Back to this game then. You can see Liverpool's 11 there. We've got Alisson, and Alexander-Arnold, Van Dijk, Konate, Robertson, Gravenberch, McAllister, Szoboszlai, Diaz, Jota and Salah. Am I the only person that thinks Diaz is massively overrated? He looks tricky and decent, but his numbers are not particularly good at all.
He's not overrated. You know why?
Do you not think?
Because he's not, because no one thinks of him. What makes you think he's massively overrated? I don't think anyone like massively rates him very highly anyway.
I don't think people massively rate him highly.
Even Liverpool fans are very most of them more anti Diaz than anything.
Really?
Yeah, I don't
Okay,
know.
maybe not.
Overrated
In my
is
head,
overrated is the wrong word.
When I think of
Yeah.
Liverpool, when I think of Diaz, I think people think he's really good, and I don't think he's really good at all. But maybe no one else thinks he's really good either.
I think he's decent.
Do you?
I wouldn't say. I think he's a decent player. Yeah,
I think he's
decent.
average.
You know what he is? He's a decent player, but he's like his last action is very erratic.
There's a lot of players like that, though.
Do you know what I
isn't
mean?
there? It's hard to find someone who's.
Yeah.
That's the problem with Rashford, because he's he's so good at getting the ball in the back of the net compared to a lot of other wingers. It's so hard to drop him because he might not play particularly well, but all of a sudden you're 2-0 up.
Yeah.
Whereas someone like Diaz, obviously he's probably going to score today. Now I've said this, he'll play really well throughout a game, but hasn't actually helped you score a goal or win the game. So that's the thing with Rashford.
Looks
innit?
busy, but there's no end product.
Yeah, a little bit.
What have you made of Slot's start at Liverpool?
I think it's been all right. I think he's beaten 2 teams that he should beat. Ipswich away, they put up a decent fight in the first half, but it's plenty of players who were there when they were in League One are still playing for him.
Yeah.
They've got a good squad and they work hard, but you'd expect Liverpool to beat Ipswich, and then they look good against Brentford. But again, Brentford at home, they should be winning that. I think people are sort of I know you were saying, weren't you? You were a bit worried about them. You think that they're looking good already, but I just think it's way too early to say personally with the fixtures they've had.
I think the only thing about that type of viewpoint is if they lost the first couple of games, people wouldn't be saying it's too early to panic. So you can't be like, if they lost the first 2 games, be like, oh.
But they haven't lost the first.
But the thing is, because they've won the first couple of games, it can be easy to be like, it's way too early to like be saying that they look good, etc. But if they lost both games, you'd say, they look really poor.
Okay, firstly, I don't know what I'd say. Depends what the results were like. But secondly, the default position for Liverpool is to win far more games than they lose.
I don't necessarily have any view on them. I don't have like a mad like view on whether they've started going. I just thought he looked all right in pre-season. The first couple of games, Ipswich and Brentford, they probably should win. I thought Brentford looked all right against them, to be fair. But I'm in agreement, but I just wouldn't do the whole thing of, if they lost the first couple of games, we'd still be here saying,
but these are games they should win. So of course, if they didn't do the thing they should do, it would be more of a story than them doing the thing they should do, if you know what I mean. I'm not saying that they're shit. I'm just saying that I don't know yet. Well, I haven't seen enough to say that they look great, and I think I've seen a lot of people saying that they do look great, and I think that there's a feeling around Liverpool, especially because they beat us in pre-season as well, in a game that was bizarre and that they didn't really deserve to win, but they won 3-0 somehow, which is a very Liverpool against United thing to do. But, and I'm not saying you're saying this, I know you said in pre-season you mentioned about
I just had a bad feeling that, because when Klopp left, I was like, yes, I could picture like a proper plummet from Liverpool, but I just don't. But then from looking at things, it doesn't look like that plummet is going to come, unfortunately.
He seems quite comfortable when he's walked in, and it's not like he's been there for a while.
Slotted in.
Yeah, he's slotted in. He's got a good rapport with the journalists and stuff.
And the thing is, they've signed literally no one as well.
Yeah, I think that'll hurt him as the season
goes on.
Yeah, I think the same with Newcastle. I think Newcastle. I said this before the game today. I think Eddie Howe's going to lose his job this season. I think the England thing sort of looming and him being like one of the names in the hat for that, they've absolutely stitched him up in the transfer window. And I think they've stitched Slot up in the transfer window as well, to be honest. And for now, it'll be all right, because you've got a bit of momentum, you've got that new manager bounce. But if they have 4 games without a win, and you're going, who's going to pull us out of it? And you're looking around and going, these are all the same lads from last year who did all right, but again, dropped off at the end of the season. I think there'll be a little bit of that from Liverpool.
What's today's game? Is it a marker of like where Liverpool or United can do for the season? Is it just a one-off derby? Is it too early to sort of dictate what it means?
It's hard, isn't it? I don't know. I think that for Ten Hag, this is bigger than it is for Slot. Because Ten Hag's been here, this is his 3rd year now. Everyone wanted to sack him at the end of last season. He's kept his job because of the FA Cup win and because of other sort of bizarre factors at Man United, like the ownership and the structure that's been bizarre, new owners coming in, etc. But as much as I hate it, and I think this shouldn't be the case, if we lose this game and then come back from the international break and, let's say, win one of our next 3 games, it's going to be like nightmare, the manager's on his last leg scenario. We could have that before October starts. Whereas for Slot, he can lose this game and probably even win none of his next 3, and he's getting, probably till the end of the season no matter what, and probably beyond that. So Ten Hag, this is definitely a more important game for him, and it's at home as well. That's the other thing to remember.
It's a must win.
Yeah, there's definitely more pressure on Ten Hag.
Yeah.
But we knew. I keep repeating myself. We knew this going into the season. It'd be like that. Just the way the season went and the way the whole summer went with the INEOS and the managerial situation. It was just easy to predict that any time that United had a poor performance, one loss, couple of games, that the whole media frenzy was going to be about whether his job's on the line or not. And I think we've just got to come to terms with that's just how it's going to be. It literally will be a game-by-game basis, the way that stuff will be viewed on. It's just we want to see some improvement. I thought for the first couple of games, even though the results haven't been perfect, we lost one, we won against Fulham. I wouldn't say the performances have been perfect, but I saw improvements though.
Yeah,
I saw improvements in both games. I've seen structural, like stuff that was structurally better in both games than how last season went. But it just showed that we actually have further to go than we first thought.
Yeah.
But it's just about whether we're going to get the time, because I think it's not just INEOS, but United fans kind of want a bigger jump. I think we've too long supporting the team now in the past few years where we've been underperforming, and everything's been upsetting, it's been dull, and everything's been quite miserable. We want something to excite us a little bit.
It's like how do you measure? I agree with you, Ronaldo. The sort of
Yeah.
increments of improvements, you know, especially in the
Yeah.
pressing within the first sort of 2 games. But the same mistakes were there, you know, especially in the Brighton game, conceding stupid goals right at the death. And we never really got that big win last season that sort of takes a little bit of respite off, you know, like a 4-5-0,
No.
you know, which would be nice. And that's what I think fans would like to see more of this season.
Yeah.
But losing the games against Brighton, if we draw that game against Brighton, then getting beat today against Liverpool, if that were to happen, isn't so bad.
Yeah.
But because they're like, it's just a knock-on effect.
We never beat anyone 4 or 5-0. That's a massive issue that we have, where every single game with 10 minutes to go, United could still win it or lose it. And that, I think that affects the injuries.
Yeah.
I think that affects the morale. I think that affects the tension in the fan base. When every single game, it's basically 1-1 with 10 minutes to go. And not every game, but like every single match, we're still fighting till the very last minute. We're either sitting back and defending, or we're pushing for a late goal. Like, it seems to happen all the time, where you look after games and how many shots United have had, and typically the ones where we've had the more shots is the games we didn't win, because the only time we keep pressing is when we're fighting for a goal. When we're 2-0 up, we go, right, let's sit back, lads, we're all terrified, and we'll have like 12 shots in a game that we're 2-0 up in, whereas we'll be 1-0 down in a game, we'll have had 25 shots, because Liverpool and other teams will have this thing, City have it, Arsenal are getting it as well, and even Chelsea have it, weirdly, even though they're fragile, where when they're 2-0 up, they want 5 goals, and they keep attacking like it's 0-0 or they're 1-0 down. When we're 2-0 up, we go, right, let's hold on to this lead now. And that's something that has to change. That's the mentality thing that we spoke about a bit, where like, if you're trying to win the league or you're trying to win big trophies, the ability to absolutely demolish your opponents is a big part of that, because you need to be able to take Bruno off, take Rashford off, take Casemiro off, whatever. But when it's 1-0 all the time, you might win the game, and 1-0 and 5-0 still get you 3 points. But this game that you won 5-0, you rested players and people could come off, and the people who came on got a bit of confidence and momentum. Whereas this one, everyone's shitting it till the final whistle, and they're getting injured and they're stretching and they're lunging in and people getting sent off, and like, you have all these extra stresses that comes with never putting teams to bed. That's a massive thing that United need to sort out.
Is that coach though? Is that not the mentality that the coach?
Well, I don't know if it is, because it's weird, because we did it under Solskjaer. We were capable of 3s and 4s under Solskjaer, weirdly, despite the fact that he wasn't a massive name coach. We could do it under Jose at times, but then that went away as well. I think it's a momentum and a confidence of the players thing, and some of that comes from the coaching, but some of it comes from just, I think certain players have it and other players don't. And just speaking of players and maybe their sort of mentality and stuff, can we read out Jadon Sancho's goodbye message to Man United fans from last night? Everyone's seen this, obviously, haven't they? This is one of my favourite things that I've ever seen from a footballer. So Jadon Sancho, obviously, £75 million signing from Manchester United 3 years ago. Sort of a tumultuous time at United, in and out of the squad. He's went on loan to Dortmund. He went away for a few months, fell out with the manager, protested his innocence, said that he was scapegoated. He left Manchester United yesterday, or the day before, and he said, to summarise his 3 years, you normally see these long sort of screenshot Instagram posts, 2 or 3, you're swiping along to read all the words. Thank you to all the fans, staff and teammates at Man United, wishing everyone all the best in the future. That's his goodbye. If that doesn't fucking sum up Jadon Sancho's career at Man United, I don't know what does. Can barely be asked to put a statement out, one sentence that sums up getting millions and millions of pounds for Man United over 3 years, multiple chances, multiple managers, protesting his innocence. He thinks he's wrongly scapegoated by the manager, and all he can muster is a single sentence wishing everyone all the best in the future, like a card that you get from your nan, or someone who's retired who everyone hates at work. All the best, Joe. Like, what's that? I know that I don't expect him to explain everything that's happened for the last 3 years, but fucking hell, put a bit more effort in than that.
Well, he didn't put that much effort on the
But
pitch.
I know,
did you
come on, man. Did you see the one he put out when he left Dortmund after he'd been there for 6 months on loan? Words cannot explain how much these 6 months meant to me. We didn't get what we wanted, but everyone knows the heart was in the right place. My heart has found my home and all this shit till we meet again, all this stuff. That's 6 months at Dortmund. And he's been here for 3 years and we get one sentence.
Came to United, 300 bags a week.
Yeah, man.
Chilled it off.
Cheers, lads.
And then just went,
See ya.
See you later.
Sorry, forgot to say bye last night. Hope you get home safe.
Yeah.
I've left. I'm in the Uber home night.
Cheers.
Yeah,
Fucking hell.
that's gone down as one of United's all-time worst transfers. 100%.
It's mad, isn't it? And people are saying, who even cares what Sancho has to say? It's not even the words, it's the fact that how it sums up the transfer as a whole. And I do care about the transfer as a whole because of the excitement, the fact that he's so talented, the fact that we were all so giddy to get him, and the way that he probably, I mean, hopefully, if we're looking at INEOS and their track record and what we can expect from him, will probably be the last of his kind almost in terms of United transfers. Getting a young lad in on
of his kind.
But do you know what I mean though? Like the last of the dinosaurs.
Yeah.
Like he's on too much money. We've got a 21-year-old and give him somewhere in the region of 300 grand a week. You think, all right, if he stays at United for 10 years, what's he going to be on in 10
What's he gonna want if
years?
he's
2 million quid a week. Like the structure was all wrong. It didn't work. We clearly didn't do our research in terms of what kind of player he was, either by position, because he's saying that we've signed him for the wrong position, either by his character, because obviously he didn't want to work and get in front of Anthony on the right wing. That must have been really tough. And yet, you know, I feel like we're not signing players like him for the fees or for the wages or anything like that anymore.
No, he was signed as much for a sort of, in my opinion, marketing purposes as well as it was for the right person for the club, and he is like the last sort of emblem of the previous regime, really.
Because we saw a lot of players like that. We saw the likes of Di Maria, the likes of, I mean, Casemiro is that kind of signing as well, where we've probably spent too much on him, but he's got a bit more professionalism. But like Ronaldo and Lukaku's a bit different again because he was a top player. But some of these times we go,
and even Casemiro had that thing where he didn't play. He wasn't involved in the FA Cup final, weren't he?
No.
I think he got told, and the rumours were he had a falling out with Tenag because of selection. So even him, but United INEOS have absolutely smashed the first window in terms of their outgoings and clearing the deadwood, etc. I think they've done a brilliant job, and you can see United have become a complete different animal when it comes to how they negotiate the market. And we completely almost chopped the wage bill down massively as well.
Yeah.
I'm going to reap the benefits of it in the future. So kudos to him.
If you think Martial, Sancho, Varane, and you chuck a couple others in there as well, the likes of
He didn't sign for us, him. Oh, sorry. Yeah.
The likes of McTominay, Greenwood, Wan-Bissaka, you're looking at about £1 million a week there that you've saved. And obviously the players we've brought in have all got wages as well, but some of those, Martial and Sancho in particular, barely even in the squads, whether that's fitness or form or both, and they're costing us somewhere in the region of 500 grand a week. Like, that's mad to get that out, and then you swap it for people like Xerxes and Mazraoui, who I'd be shocked if they're on 200 between them. I think there's a big difference there. And again, the fees and all sorts. 50 million quid's the most expensive player we've signed this window, compared to the 70s, 80s, 90s that we've been signing it over the last sort of decade or so. There is a big difference. Just back to this game then, we've got 15 minutes to go. Should we start with some score predictions? I hate this. When it actually starts being real. It's actually real, isn't it?
Yeah, that's what I mean. I usually with these games, my nervousness comes like a little 5 minutes before, just when the walkout comes, and that's when it sinks in.
Get your score predictions in the comments. Scoreline and goal scorers as well. How is this game going down? Are United going to be on top? Is it going to be a smash and grab? Are Liverpool going to be dominant? What do you think, Sky?
I'm going for Manchester United 3, Liverpool 1.
Really?
Yeah, and I think Xerxes is going to get a brace, and I think Garnacho will score.
Amazing.
I think we're going to be the biggest challenge that Slot's had in the Premier League so far. We're a better team than the other two that he's faced. We're at Old Trafford. And I think we've got a lot of points to prove, even though we got a good win against Fulham. We didn't get anything against Brighton. Yeah. United want to do something this season. This is the for me a marker of intent. Let's smash the Scousers, man. 3-1.
I love that. I'll get into some of the comments. Nikolai Madsen says 2-1 United. Kev Rotherham says 1-0 Rashford. Sam Smiler says 2-1 United. Ronaldo just nipping out for a second there. He's just going to gather his thoughts, gather himself before the watch long starts as he nips past there. There we go. Enter the Void says 3-1. Lol. Enter the Void, who's been an absolute beacon of positivity in the chat. Antonio says 3-1 United. Mr. Peter says Garnacho and Fernandes to score. What's Enter the Void's prediction then? He said duh.
Duh.
I love that.
Right.
He said, got draw written all over it. Duh. Like, anyone who can't see that this game's definitely going to be a draw is a thick knob. James Thomas says, 3-1 United. There you go, same as you.
Man.
United, Rashford to score a brace and Casemiro. It's a tough one, this, for me. I'm going to stick with my pre-match prediction, which was 2-0. I think we're going to look like the better team today. I'm quite confident.
Yeah.
I think losing Mount's a big one, so that could change things a bit, but I've got a feeling that they aren't as good as they think they are, and we aren't as bad as they think we are. I think we've actually been all right in these first couple of games.
Do you think they've over sort of performed, or?
I don't think they've overperformed. I just think there's a tendency with Liverpool. I think they've got an arrogance to them in a way that weirdly I don't feel like City have. Like when I watch City, I don't feel like they've got this like smug, nonchalant arrogance. Whereas people like Van Dijk, for instance, and Alexander-Arnold in recent seasons as well, they've got this thing about them where, like the way they were talking 1 down, 3 to go last season with this Carabao Cup, like I just think, who the fuck are you?
I don't think
You've
it's
won one league title in 30 years and you're acting like, well, let's just go and win all the other trophies. I just think they'll be thinking, we're shit art and United have started and they're just as bad as they were last season.
Is that all down to the Scousers, though? I'm not defending them, because the journalists and a lot of the pundits as well, whenever Liverpool seem to be doing all right, or have any sort of promise of a quadruple that fell apart massively, there is a massive amount of like circle jerking, isn't there, in the media rooms about Liverpool.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense.
Which you don't get at United. Everyone seems to have the daggers out when it comes to United.
Yeah, although a lot of the, if you think just in terms of like years, so like Liverpool were the biggest team in the 80s, obviously, and a lot of the people who grew up in that time are Liverpool fans, who then got to watch Man United as they were reaching adulthood and sort of their professional adulthood, watch United win everything. So it feels as though, and then now those people are in their 50s and 60s, writing the newspapers, they're the pundits on TV, they're the people on the radio, like a lot of people in that sort of job are roughly that age bracket. So you've got a load of Liverpool fans who watch Liverpool be amazing when they grew up, and then watch United be dominant for the 20 years when they were just reaching adulthood. And I feel as though there is a bit of a, like, I mean, obviously Liverpool fans are going to be anti-United the way United fans are anti-Liverpool, but I feel like a lot of the United fans who grew up watching United be really good have never seen Liverpool be as good as United were, if you know what I mean. So I think there is a bit of a bitterness from Liverpool that some United fans don't have, because for me personally, I watch United be amazing for the first 20 years of my life, and then I watch Liverpool be not as good as City. So yes, I don't like them, but I can imagine, if you imagine you're a Liverpool fan born in 1975, the first 15 years of your life were incredible, and the next 30 were hell. Like, you would absolutely hate Man United, wouldn't you? So I do get it, but I just think that these narratives crop up so quick, and like you said, the journalists, and you see this sort of proliferation of like, Liverpool are back and United are still shit. I just think, watching United over the last couple of games, I don't think that's the case personally. How are you, Ronaldo?
I was just seeing Kaiser there, innit? What do you think of that signing?
I don't love it, to be honest.
I think he's doing well in life, though, judging by the left.
He plays on the right, doesn't he?
Yeah.
We all saw what you're on about. Yeah. Mark says, day one of asking Joe where he buys his jackets. Different places. This is from my mate gave me this. I think it's from Uniqlo. I don't know. I didn't buy it. Discombobulate says, just wish I could turn Carragher's comms off, and then he does a little impression. Mo Salah, Quansah, McAllister. Fair enough. Do you know what? I actually don't mind Jamie Carragher. I think it's horrible hearing a Scouser screaming with joy when they're beating
United. McManaman, is it?
No, exactly. But
McManaman on BT is horrible.
God.
You know what? McManaman's the worst at Champions League nights as well. Is that when Champions League games aren't on BT anymore? Are they on the TNT?
They're on it's the same thing.
Yeah, but he's poor. It's not even just with Liverpool. Just he's got bad English bias. So even when the English teams are playing anyone, it's just constant moaning. It sounds like a Liverpool fan on comms. It's jarring. Yeah. I think Carragher's a bit more impartial, but he's not as impartial as Gary Neville is. Gary Neville overcooks it, but sometimes I find myself agreeing with Carragher. I think he's a little bit over harsh when he comes to his analysis of Ten Hag, though, as well. He's very harsh on Ten Hag.
He is very harsh on Ten Hag. He always has been, though, hasn't he?
Yeah.
McAllister ends every sentence with Fletch as well, doesn't he? He's always addressing Fletch. It's like, we know who you're talking to. You literally sat next to him in a room. Who else would you be talking to? You look at that tackle there, Fletch. You're like, don't need to say Fletch at the end of every fucking sentence, mate. People saying funny how the Scousers are in this chat rent free in your heads. I mean, welcome one, welcome all, but United are winning today, so oh god, we're not, are we? I actually do think we will.
Yeah.
I genuinely think
My
we're going to win.
prediction-
What's your prediction? Talk us through it.
My prediction is 2-2.
Is it?
Yeah.
Go on, head off.
I'm waiting for the main camera to go on
Yeah, we're
Ronaldo.
going to cut to Ronaldo.
And I can go for the wee. Nice one.
Beautiful.
Hey, close up. Wow,
Love
shit,
that.
hair's looking stiff.
No, it's looking good.
2-2, yeah.
Talk us through
2-2.
it.
So I think I came in thinking 2-1, but then you know me, I thought, oh, let me go 2-2 to save my blushes. Actually, you know what? Fuck it, United 2-1.
Yeah.
I think Salah scores for them
He always
as
scores.
he often does, and I think we get Xerxes and Bruno as our 2 goals.
Like that. I think United. I said 2-0 before. Goal scorers, I think it'll be Casemiro and Bruno. I think just that deadly
Casemiro from a set piece.
Yeah. Give him that set piece. But yeah, I think we're gonna. I think it'll be a performance more like the FA Cup final, where United actually look good and like we sort of know what we're doing. I think we're going to put a piece together today, to be honest. Has Alf says, why 2 keepers on the bench? Are we that thin? Yes, we are. Yeah, we are. 2K Universe Elite says, we'll record your goal reactions when Liverpool score. Laughing my ass off. Fine, yeah, who cares? I'm on YouTube. I get that that's going to happen. Don't worry about it. FPL Mickle, I did miss your super chat, so thank you for reminding me. It says, why isn't Nunez's price used more against him in Liverpool? Imagine if he was a United player, journalists would make a big deal about him not starting.
He does get a bit of stick, though, doesn't
He does get a bit of stick, but he got to the thing is, Klopp got to a point where, rightly or wrongly, he could do no wrong. So you sign a player after saying that you'll never see me sign a player for 100 million. He signs a player for 100 million, and then when he's underperforms or doesn't do as well as you would hope for one of the most expensive players in the history of the Premier League, it don't matter anyway because Klopp's brilliant and it's probably Nunez's fault. If a Ten Hag does that, or a manager who hasn't established himself yet does that, then you are going to be held to a more sort of aggressive standard.
Nunez rightfully gets held to the what you should be if you cost that much.
Yeah.
But when you look at his numbers last season, they weren't
bad.
absolutely shocking. But I think he misses some absolutely awful chances, and I think from an optics standpoint, he's been quite poor. But I think did he have like 11 goals, 11 assists in the league last season or something like that? But
the 11 goals, 8 assists.
But
in the Premier League.
but Nunez always often costs them games as well with his missed chances and his wastefulness.
He does. He's one of those. There's certain players, isn't there, where it's like, and I think Haaland is sort of in the Nunez, like he's the most. He's the best player that's ever existed against like 17 of the 20 Premier League teams. But in those big games, he underperforms by his normal standards. I think there's a lot of players like that, and I think those players are still vital in a squad because you need to win 45 games a season if you want to be a top team, not just against the big teams. But then you need a big team player as well, and that's where players like Gundogan or Drogba or people hate to say it, but Rashford or these people who turn up in big games but don't always turn up for the rest of the season. Darwin Núñez is the sort of player that, like last season, 18 goals, 13 assists. You can't tell me that shit. 31 goal involvements isn't shit. But every time you watch him against a big team, he's easily handled by top centre-backs and top systems. I think that's the problem with him. He doesn't quite have that like Salah does with United against United. He scores against us every time he plays, pretty much. 14 goals in 15 appearances. Like,
Gee, is that what he's got against United? Yeah.
I think he's got a couple of hat-tricks in there, so he doesn't score every time he plays us. But I do think that, like, Darwin Núñez is one of those players who, like Lukaku, is the king of it, isn't he? His goal record against the top six is just awful.
Yeah.
But like throughout the rest of his career, is a goal every other game against.
What do they call him?
else.
A stat bully, or what's the flat track?
Flat track bully.
Lukaku.
Yeah. I mean, look at Darwin Núñez. His XG for his career, he scored 33. He should have scored 33.5 goals, and he scored 13.5 less than that. So he scored 20 goals off 33.5 XG, which is just, for a top-level striker, isn't very good. He gets loads of chances made for him and he misses a load. So that's
13 goals under his XG.
Yeah, in 66 games.
That's laughably bad,
It's really
That's
bad.
very bad.
It
That's
is.
horrendous.
I think as someone who you think is wasteful, like people like to call Rashford wasteful, his XG for his whole career is 1 under. He should have scored 86 goals and he scored 84. Oh no, sorry, he should have scored 84.5 and he has scored 83 in the league. Darwin Núñez is 13 under over 2 seasons in the Premier League. That is poor.
Yeah.
That's why people don't like him. He scored a few, but he misses shitloads.
Yeah.
We've got a few more super chats. I'm getting nervous now. I'm
you
getting
got 2-0,
nervous.
Ronaldo, yeah.
I'm going 2-0.
Yeah.
Would I be cheeky if I send someone to the shop?
Get you a little snack.
Yeah.
If there's anyone available to get Ronaldo a little snack, maybe send a text and see if anyone's got.
Just even like a Bueno chocolate bar.
Or Kinder Bueno or something.
Kinder Bueno.
Interesting.
That could make me survive.
Views by Legend says, I'll finally be visiting Manchester in September. Any tips on how I can get tickets for an Old Trafford game versus Spurs? I don't know if they're all sold out already, to be honest. Become a member if you're not, because that helps you buy tickets the proper way. Otherwise, there's loads of Facebook groups and stuff where you can sort of get face value tickets and stuff. If you don't know anyone, there's
do
Facebook
your research
groups
as well if you're buying off a lot of people online and stuff.
Be careful, but if you remember as well, it helps a lot because now to transfer tickets to someone, they have to be a member. So if you sign up to the membership, you'll have a member code that someone can send you the ticket to more easily if you're buying off of someone, which is allowed. So that's not touting if you just sending someone your ticket. Anyway, Disc and Bobby Lake says, I've read that one already. BPM Acid Phase says, considering number 7 is such a legendary number, very underused by Mount, would changing the number 7 shirt from Mount to Garnacho be too disrespectful at this time? I would say yes. You can't take the number 7 shirt off someone 3 games into a season.
It's not working for you, this, is it?
No, it's so shit with fucking Mount, innit? It's so shit. Like, he's just missed all of last season, pretty much. He starts this season, and I honestly thought against Fulham he was our best player in that first half. He was so effective in the press.
Joel's losing patience.
It's just, I am losing patience with, I don't know what I'm losing patience with. I'm not going to rule him out as his career or anything, but it's just annoying. It's so annoying.
Is it the same injury as had previously? Or
I think it's different. Hamstring. He's quite an intense footballer as well, so that
you expect to sort of pick up.
Yeah, but
how bad was his injuries previously though?
Absolutely fucking none.
Really?
Yeah.
Gets to Old Trafford.
He had one
Carrington doctors
Chelsea.
on him.
He had one season at Chelsea. The year he came to United, where he had a couple of injuries. He had a pubis bone injury, or a hip injury, or something, some sort of bone thing going on. And he missed like 15 games with it. He still played 35 games that season.
Don't want to injure your pubis bone.
No, exactly. No one wants to do that. But before that, he played 53 games, 54 games, 53 games. Like in the Premier League, he's averaging 53 and a half games per season. Then he has that one season that's not so good. Then he comes to United. He played 20 last year. And it was like 7 games worth of 90 minutes. Like, I heard one sort of conspiracy, which, again, this isn't true, but this is what someone was saying about how sometimes hip injuries can kind of change your gait of your run a little bit, can kind of have knock-on effects for other things. Like back injuries, people end up with calf injuries, or they'll end up with shoulder injuries and stuff because your body compensates.
Your form,
and apparently, or some people were suggesting that a hip injury or a pubis bone injury, whatever it is, might have sort of slightly tweaked or realigned the way he runs, which is putting pressure on other things. I don't know if that's true, but it is bizarre to go from genuinely like Bruno Fernandes levels of reliability, 53, 54, 53. You couldn't really be playing any more games than that. To, 20 games for United last season and 2 games into this one, he's out for 5 weeks. Let's hope he comes back and can stay fit, but it's frustrating that it seems to be like so many different injuries as well. It's not just like one thing that needs sorting. He comes back and then he's pulled that, and then it's a hamstring, and then it's a groin or whatever. We'll have to see, and hopefully they've got smarter people than me going, he's hurt his hip and now he can't run. You'd hope they've got people who they can actually come in and sort this sort of thing. Get a bit of volume, please, as the game's about to kick off in 1 minute's time.
Joe, the last time we were on here,
I'm nervous now.
I had to pull you down from the ceiling.
Woo. Go on.
You all had beers out, and like you were, Charlie Bucket in Willy Wonka's chocolate factory.
Yeah, that magnum
flying round, right? You were very, very optimistic.
Yeah.
And now look at you.
Yeah.
Where's it gone?
We lost to Brian. We lost to Brian. Yeah. And that's what it is. And it's annoying because I didn't even think we played bad in that game. But there's only so long you can be like, oh, it was bad luck, that. And hopefully if it was bad luck, we'll see today a better performance.
If we hadn't seen that sort of mistake 40 times last season, it would be bad luck.
I know. It's not, the thing is, it wasn't even the defending. It's like the play in general was better against Brighton. Yeah. And we scored 3 goals. I know, one of them was the most unlucky disallowed goal I've ever seen. The ball is literally going in.
You know what I will
and
say?
A player accidentally knocks it in who's offside. The Rashford one, he should have stayed onside, but we still scored.
I think Brighton performed better against Arsenal than they did against us. I thought we carried more threat against Brighton than even Arsenal did, and that's even before Declan Rice got sent off.
Red, yeah.
So I don't know. We can't, as I say to Joe, like losing to Brighton at the Amex on the surface doesn't seem good. It doesn't bode well. Because especially when we perform the way we did, but we can't pretend that Brighton aren't a good side.
Yeah, they are.
Do you know what I mean? So we need there needs to be a bit of that. We need to respect Brighton enough to be like, we don't want to lose to them, especially what United want to achieve. But it's not exactly the end of the world losing to Brighton away, because they are a very decent side.
Yeah, they are. Right, the game's kicking off. Good luck, everyone.
This is where the nerve comes.
I'm honest. I'm very optimistic.
I think when we're playing against City, when we're playing against Arsenal, we're playing against these teams. I think foremanship doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's on the day, and that's how players should see it as.
Yeah.
It's a toss-up, man. Rivalry games.
Yeah.
The equaliser should be work rate, effort, want to, trying hard.
Bit of luck as well.
I want to see that.
We need to not miss our chances as well, because we don't make many.
I wonder if the TV could get higher than that. Is it not?
Unfortunately, no.
It's because I'm not often central. We're kicked off now, innit? Gone backwards from the kick-off. Teams don't usually do that anymore because of this.
Teams going forward?
Try and go forward kick-offs because you
invite
pressure.
Yeah.
Winners.
There
we go.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
Go on.
There we go.
Find a pass.
Go on.
Well done. Nice if we can keep the ball for a little bit in this game as well and not let it be a big ping-pong match.
Got good enough players too.
Yeah.
This is Delict's first start.
Delict as well, yeah. I was just going to say that. Good start from United.
Go on.
Nice.
Go on, lads.
Good football,
Very
lads.
good football to begin with.
Switching it and playing out.
If you
to
score
the left.
straight
Rashford.
away. Gonna absolutely.
Rashford with a little bit of a messy step over there, wasn't it?
Delo kind of brought players to him.
Yeah.
Sometimes when you're a winger, you want to be left alone in it. Sometimes fullbacks get excited, rush and overlap, and you just bring another player towards you.
Good. Good little space, run into space there from Xerxes. His pass to Casemiro was a little bit behind him, which...
It's a great, brilliant pass and a move in the first 90 seconds.
Very sharp start from the lads.
Yeah, it is. Good start.
You know what's different to the starting 11 as well when we're discussing it? There's no question marks really over anyone's position in the team. You know what?
Go on, Delo. Overs, Rashford.
Yes, in the box. Pulls it back.
Go on. Oh,
corner to United.
Woo! Great
start, lads.
Good start this. Looking good. We're doing that thing that we did well against Brighton as well. We'll have a little sort of cluster of passes and then ball into the middle, ball out to the side. It's often Mason Mount doing it, but it was Mainu that did it before. Rashford right on the line of being offside there, and it almost goes out as well for a corner.
We've seen who we're targeting, no?
Trenty.
Defensive vulnerability down there. Rashford usually plays well against him as well, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does. Corner to United. Bruno near post.
Set. Back in.
That's poor cross. 2 poor crosses from Bruno there.
Don't like him.
That's alright, well done.
Fucking hell. Tested
Whizzed
touch.
Jesus, who's that? Dallo?
Yeah, tested touch there.
Dallo's on there. That's shite, but luckily it's gone.
What a
it
pass
couldn't
that.
have been better.
Go on, lads. Go on.
It's a bad pass again, that though.
Bruno, bro.
It is. The pass, what's on?
I'm not too sure what he was trying.
We stopped before. Is he offside?
I think someone got hurt.
Who got hurt?
I think they give a foul for when Xerxes he
tries to follow it.
I think he followed through.
The problem is though, Xerxes' touch looked shit there, but that pass from Bruno was weirdly disguised and too hard.
It wasn't the right pass.
He just pinged it straight at Xerxes' foot, and Xerxes' touch wasn't great because there's no way he could have been expecting it.
Sharp start.
We could have done with an extra man on the right. And, you know, like everyone went to the ball there, didn't they? We didn't have like Garnacho holding his shape out wide, which would have been good in terms of being able to spread it out a bit. But good start from United.
Yeah, sharp start.
High press here.
Just Bruno sharpens up though.
Yeah.
First couple of actions have been
unlucky. Liverpool just spreading it out wide. This is what they're going to do, innit? Salah plays it in, out by Martinez. Bruno collects it and gets fouled by Salah.
That's the problem with Liverpool is just like he can dominate and they just...
Come on, go to the
They've
ball!
got that Belly to make something out of now.
Xerxes waiting for the ball to arrive and it's fucking Van Dijk stepping in to get it. He needs to be on his front foot there, Xerxes. It's not a great pass,
It's not a great square pass, though.
He can't be waiting and letting it come across.
It's a bit of both, though. Bit of both.
It is.
Square pass and he's a bit on his heels a bit.
He doesn't... if you look at just his body shape and his sort of head shape, Xerxes doesn't look like a sort of elite athlete, does he? He's got a bit of a, like...
Ass. That sounds so harsh.
But there's plenty of players who don't. But he's... I don't know, he's got like a sort of... I don't know if fluffiness is the right word. Is that a bit harsh?
That's what you want.
I'm not saying he's not chubby at all, but he doesn't look particularly ripped for someone who's his kind of stature. He's got a bit of a...
He's got... You think he's got the League Two striker type of...
He's got the League Two striker build about him a little bit.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? He just sort of skips into frame there and he's got a little bit of... Don't know. We'll see. Do you get what I mean, or am I being harsh?
Yeah, I do get you. I do get you. I'm following.
Liverpool just holding possession a bit. Mazraoui just jumping through the air there, and it worked.
He's dyed his hair about 9 different colours to start the season.
Diaz.
Interesting.
It is interesting. Van Nistelrooy and Ten Hag chatting. I didn't realise until the other week, he's assistant manager, isn't he, Van Nistelrooy?
Yeah.
He's not just like a coach, or people are saying he might even be just like a forward coach or whatever. He is the assistant manager. Ten Hag called him the assistant manager, which is interesting. Come on. Liverpool just holding the ball last couple of minutes. Not really able to keep hold of it since that first couple minutes. Felt like we should have got there. Space here for Liverpool. Diaz is in. Squared it. It's got to be a goal.
Oh, good defending off the line.
It's a goal. Fuck me.
Was that a goal?
Yeah. Who was it? Arnold.
Trent.
Fucking hell. One pass through the middle of the fucking pitch there. Oh, fuck off, you absolute sad fuck.
Absolute weapon.
Why do we always do this against Liverpool?
Turn Carragher down, by the way.
Why do we always do this?
Don't want to hear him all gassing.
Every fucking time, innit? They have one chance and they score it. Every game, every time we play Liverpool,
so deadly.
However many chances they have, that's how many goals they score against us. If it's 1, it's 1-0. If it's 7,
great
it's
play by
fucking 7.
Gravenberch. Mainu gets beat too easily.
Yeah, it does. He does. He does really well. It's a good first touch from Diaz. Ooh.
Is it?
He's offside.
He's offside. Salah's offside.
Salah looks offside to me. Salah looks offside to me. Don't care about the ball going in. It's definitely in. It's whether Salah's offside when he gets that touch.
Salah's well offside.
Salah's right foot is in front of the ball. He's offside.
He's offside.
He's definitely offside. That's got to be. Definitely.
Oh.
Definitely. His right foot's in front of the ball, no doubt.
He's miles off. Yes! yeah.
And you ain't kissing the fucking camera as well, you bellend.
Can we get that kiss off the camera, please? Because it doesn't count anymore. Arne Slot's just having the offside rule explained to himself. Fucking hell. He was offside though.
Hopefully that sparks us.
Yeah, that was too easy, that.
Stay alert, man.
Yeah. We pushed up high there and Mainu got turned and also gets past Mazraoui easy as well. He's definitely offside. The ball plays forward there. Oh, he's in front of the ball and in an offside position and he touches it. No question. Fucking hell.
Very lucky there, though.
Yeah, it is. That needs to be a bit of a wake-up call. It's a lovely pass from Casemiro, that. His passing at times is exceptional, isn't it, Casemiro?
He's a very underrated vertical passer.
Yeah.
He does the simple ones wrongly, but...
Like that. It's a difficult pass.
Against Robertson. Yeah. Rashford versus Trent's a more favourable matchup.
Yeah.
Robertson's a miles better defender, isn't he, than Trent.
Oh, that's too easy, that. Well played.
Well done, Bruno.
Come on, lads.
Yeah, I need to learn from that one. Fucking hell. They were in behind us quick there, though, weren't they? That ball in.
It's what you said though. It's like even though we started with the better team, any sort of half a chance.
Yeah. Well done, Cobby. Good touch. Out wide. What's that?
It's just that.
Dallow's there, man. Mainly should have played it to Dallow, and then Casemiro gets loads of time to play it to Dallow, and he just clips it straight up front to I don't even know who.
It's good. We're playing at a good tempo though, but it's just sometimes I think we're not slowing down at the right times.
Yeah. Fucking hell. Through between the gaps again. Salah. On Dallow. Oh, that's classic Liverpool, that, isn't it?
Yeah.
They've got like about 150 goals over the last 7 years doing that.
Came,
yeah. Pull it back to a full back, whip it to the back post, but the cross wasn't very good. United just not being able to keep the ball at the minute. Well done. Good defending there from De Ligt. Good physicality. Oh, get up, knobhead. Get up. This will be one of them where he kicks through the ball and gets into the bollocks and he's going to get a red card.
Nah, I hope not.
Oh, get up.
Nah, it's not going to get...
It hurts, but...
Even VAR won't give anything for that.
I thought, sometimes when they leave the foot up a bit higher than they need to, but I don't think it is that. No, it's not that at all. It literally just kicks the ball.
That's just unlucky.
Yeah.
Won't get anything for that.
Hell of a start, isn't it?
Feels like it's been longer than 10 minutes.
10 minutes.
That's a lot happened in that.
A lot's happened in his 10 minutes. Jesus.
McAllister's had his bollocks removed by Casemiro. They've scored a goal. Castrated. That's the Casemiro promise. Yeah, a couple of times just not finding the width the way we need to, United. Getting the ball too centrally.
Kieza's hoodie looks like it's straight out of JJB. JJB Sports hoodie, that.
Maybe he likes JJB Sports.
2000s Millwall versus West Ham. That hoodie.
JJB. Is JJB Sports still a thing?
Nah, it does not exist.
Nah,
it's a shame. There's a few that have shut down, isn't there? All Sports gone. Giles Sports gone. Intersport, is that still knocking about?
Not sure. My first job was in JD Sports.
Was it? That's stronger than ever.
That's the elite one, that, isn't it?
Arnslot's got a striking resemblance to Humpty Dumpty in it.
Do you think? It's because it's the same width all the way down, isn't it?
That head.
It's got the curve at the bottom and the top.
Okay,
But there's no like bones and stick. It's all very
egg.
Yeah, you could draw it with a spirograph. There's like stencil thing that does a big loop. Come on, United.
Proper boulder.
Casemiro dropping in deep a bit. I'd love De Ligt to have just a sort of a conversation-free game. Do you know, where we're not talking about him after the game?
Yeah. It's good physicality.
Yeah, I was just going to say that.
Jota, innit?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, we're getting joy down this side.
Unsurprisingly, no. I mean, Alexander-Arnold just isn't a great defender. People might say that he's more harshly sort of judged than there's reality, but no one on earth could say he's a elite defender. He just isn't. So you're going to come down this side.
It looks like where we can get joy, man, to start this game. Is there any reason why the AC is blasting as well?
Yeah, we've just turned it up a little bit. You should feel the benefit in a couple of minutes.
Of what? Being frozen?
Of it being a bit warmer. I just asked for it to get warmed up a bit.
Yeah. Oh wait, you know then when it starts off chilly.
Yeah. Just taking their time over a throw in here. Fucking hell. Got pushed in the back a bit there. Well done, Xerxes.
One way to endear yourself to the crowd.
Yeah, love a bit of that.
His bollock fine now.
Do you think we'll miss... I think it is, McAllister. Do you think we'll miss McTominay on a day like today? Obviously, maybe until Ugarte gets settled in or whatever. Do you think we could do with him?
I hope not.
I think if you saw McTominay on the bench today, that would probably be the more obvious substitution if it's 0-0 and we were chasing a goal.
Oh, too quick. Sorry. United just won the ball back there, good pressing, and then
Go on. A bit.
That's good.
Play Rashford. Oh, I thought Rashford was through then.
It's all coming down that side, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Needs to get in the
Try
middle a
and
little
get a
bit.
decent
Xerxes.
corner now.
Yeah. They're a big team though. Well, they've got some big players, Liverpool, especially at the back. Although I was thinking, Gravenberch is tall, isn't he? Van Dijk, Konate.
No, they're a big side.
Yeah.
Usually when Nunes plays as well, they
Yeah,
are
I was
quite
going to
big.
say Nunes is big, but he's not playing, is he? Jota's not massive. But United are quite big now.
Jota's not massive, but-
Casemiro.
Jota's not massive, but Jota's like one of those weirdly
Yeah.
good people in the air.
Yeah, like Gabriel Heinze was like that. He was like 5'8", but he's just flying through the air over the top of whoever you've got. Keep it in. No.
Game's been fucking frenetic, innit?
Yeah.
We've definitely started the better though.
Do you think?
Yeah, we've had a couple of scares, but I think we've looked much sharper. We're getting a lot of
They
joy.
were rare incidents, weren't they, rather than
Yeah.
pure pressure from the scouts.
Yeah.
That was almost like a sucker punch, the Trent disallowed goal.
Yeah. He was he in your team at Liverpool?
Yeah.
Trent? When you, for those who don't know, was it under 16s you were at Liverpool till, wasn't it? Is that right?
Yeah.
And Alexander-Arnold is your age and was in your team. Was he noticeably a cut above at that time?
Not really noticeably cut above, but he was always one of the top players in the team. Yeah.
Yeah.
And he was there since he's like 3 years old, basically. So.
But it wasn't like it's him and then everyone
It's hard
else.
to do that because at that level, everyone's like, there's a few really like quality players, a lot of class. He was definitely one of the top players, though. Yeah.
Did anyone else make it at in like Premier League level? It's a poor ball out from Xerxes. Well done,
Well
Dallo.
played.
That's mad if I think about it. I don't think any. I think they're all in. There's a loads that are in league football still,
Yeah.
but Premier League level, don't think so. No.
Yeah. So hard though, isn't it? Like.
Yeah, because the only other one from the academy that I can remember is a couple of years, but he was 2 years below me.
Oh come on, Xerxes, man.
Curtis Jones.
Oh yeah. He's still in this squad, isn't he?
He's been injured for a while, I think.
Yeah. Couple of sloppy moments from Xerxes there. Well done, Bruno.
Sharp in the press.
Oh,
Good pass.
lovely
Rashford's
football.
on. Just gone behind it. Who was that even meant to be
See,
for?
that's the flaw in Garnacho's game, isn't it?
You can't just pass it where you want someone to be or where you wish someone was.
His sort of
pass.
spatial awareness of,
Yeah.
of what passes on.
Yeah.
He's not a passer, is he?
No.
He can do it. He can put a cross in, but he's not a pass first kind of winger.
Yeah, he's a goal scoring type of winger.
Yeah. But good there. Good ball from Bruno. Won it back. Then played the
Good
1-2
sweeping
well.
by Nana.
He loves that little pass, doesn't he, Rashford, after the FA Cup final.
Yeah.
Just like drilling it across to the other
He
way.
knuckleballs him though, doesn't he?
Yeah, it does. So there's about a 25-yard radius that they could end up in, just because they're moving all over the place.
If I hit it somewhere over there.
Yeah, it'll be in the air for long enough that Garnacho will be able to get to where it lands, even if it's not the best version of this
Xerxes
pass.
over there somewhere.
Yeah, he'll win the header. Just passing it around a bit, Liverpool.
There's not really been much of this. It's been a very transitional game.
Yeah, it's both teams. That's what they do, innit?
Yeah.
They try to get the ball and score very quickly. Delic sweeping up very well there, keeping the ball as well. Good stuff.
Oh wow!
Fucking hell. I
Fucking
thought
hell.
Casemiro had given it straight. I thought Maino had given it straight to Jota then, but luckily it was to Casemiro.
Alert. It's
For a
foul.
second,
It's
it
foul.
looked like he'd
Yeah.
just give it straight to him, didn't it?
Yeah.
God, that shit me up.
Yeah, that was a bit nervy, that, innit?
He did really well there, Delic, though. That was good defending. Pushed his man out of the way, made an accurate pass. Didn't get rammed past him either when they were sort of running next to each other. Good stuff. Trying to play out from the back. That's good.
Oh,
Xerxes
shit.
again. Poor. Not been a good
Casemiro
start
does-
from Xerxes.
Casemiro loves that gamble, though,
Yeah,
innit?
he does. Like, when you receive the ball, he's already on the floor, just sliding towards you, like a big barrier, just sliding towards you.
He loves a gamble slide tackle.
He does. If you can get it past him, he's fucked. But most of the time, it pays off because everyone shits themselves.
Yeah, I can feel the warmth now.
Yeah, it's a bit much actually. We've gone the other way with it.
Still.
Yeah, Xerxes just a little bit sloppy so far, isn't he? A few times, and he did it again there where the ball's not quite sticking or his pass isn't quite there afterwards. He doesn't look fully fit to me. Or do you know it takes a while to get used to the pace and the intensity of the Premier League? That's poor from Martinez.
Is he offside? Is he not offside?
Hold on. Won it back.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm pretty sure he was
Was that
offside
down
there.
there, Garnacho? Oh no, Mainu.
Shot onto the head.
I'm pretty sure he was offside there.
Let's see what happened there. Did knee in the back of the head a little bit? Don't look too much in it. It wasn't like an obvious collision, was there? I think he'll be able to play on. How come do you think, Ronaldo, 150 years into football, all of a sudden players have decided that the socks are too tight and they have to cut holes in the back of them? Why do you think that's happened in the last 2 years or whatever?
Just players constantly looking for ways to kind of try to preserve themselves, I guess.
Do you think it helped? Do you think it does anything?
Probably, yeah, because it can be quite tight on your calves. They might help. I don't do that.
No.
But each to their own.
It's one of them things I just feel like, what could it be doing? It alleviating a bit of pressure on the calf?
Yeah,
I would guess
that.
It's oxygen in it or something around your legs. I think that's if it's too constricted.
Yeah.
But it's amazing that how quick these things move around the league. Remember with the whole Vaseline? What was that on your chest? Vicks
Vapor Rub, yeah. That was a big thing for a while. But that would make sense to me because the idea of having clearer airways, being able to get more oxygen in, being able to be slightly aerobically more
even cut
precise.
socks now, innit? Like socks are cut.
Yeah, and you at the ankle.
At the ankle. That kind of makes sense because football socks, man. Sometimes you know in the shoes, the end of football socks can be so like rumbly and bunched up. So I think that if you've got like a Nike sports sock on with the cut sock over it, it's just easier and more like slick in the boot.
Do people use the ones with the little rubber grips on as well? Or is that just an Instagram
grip, yeah. That.
So your boots aren't sliding around with your foot in them.
Yeah.
United have had 65% possession so far in the game. Just overall, United possession and passing stats have been,
I feel like we've
better.
Been the better side.
Yeah, me too.
We've been better.
Though,
been better in possession.
Yeah, we just need to turn it into chances. That's the problem that we had the other day. Well done.
Oh, there's still some questionable passes coming out of the back.
He was fucked there though. He had two men on him.
Get fucking rid of it then.
Yeah, I think that was what he tried to do in the end. But go on then now.
There always seems to be space over this side.
Mainu playing quite far forward, isn't he? Have you noticed? He's not getting back a lot.
Yeah.
Come on, Joshua, keep the ball, mate.
Yeah.
Well done. That's a good ball. Get the other side of him. Fucking hell. You can get booked for that as well, isn't he? And he needs to try.
I can't blame him for that. He was already. Salah was already goal side.
No, he's not. I don't think so. I think he's tried to come to the ball and he could have gone the other way, ran with him, but it's not a big thing, is it? Booking for Xerxes. Not the best start.
We just got to be careful not getting caught with giving something cheap away when we've started better than them.
Like we did with a disallowed goal.
Am I right in saying in the FA Cup game we were the better team in the first half, weren't we? Then they came out second half.
Yeah, they were really good second half. Or for parts of it, and then we came back in that as well, didn't we? Big crossfield switch there.
That looked a bit suspect for a sec.
Yeah, it did. It didn't look like the connection didn't look great, did it, from Robertson?
They've done a lot.
Good ball won there from Delict.
Come on now. We're getting loads of space.
It's not on, is it? That pass isn't on. Why are you going for that? Rashford's got a man next to him and a man in front of him. You're trying to put it in front of that man. Just run with the ball and find a pass that's on. Just wasted possession there.
They've done a lot.
Oh.
They've done a lot of like long balls. To be fair,
Liverpool
as well.
They
For,
do.
for
They used to
having
under Klopp.
for having no target man though.
Yeah.
Because you don't have a target man. And I think what we're seeing is what's hurting Liverpool. You don't have a 6.
Yeah.
Got Gravenberch, McAllister's, like every time you break, bro, there's a massive. They've got our problem that we had last season. There's a massive hole every time that we break.
Yeah, there is. But we're not exploiting it enough because we're not being able to find those passes. We're rushing our passes and playing passes that aren't on. Xerxes done a couple. Garnacho's done a couple. Rashford did that switch as well that probably wasn't the right ball. Our decision making as we get into their third hasn't been quite there yet, but on the ball and winning the ball back and stuff in our own half, it's been very impressive so far.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, you can see.
Casemiro
Here we
just
go, this
twisted
is the
himself
stuff.
into giving the ball away there.
Okay. Got into a little good structure here.
Yeah, Liverpool just holding the ball last couple of minutes, haven't they?
We do break well, but sometimes I worry about whether, like, when we rush forward too much, just having that composure. But I feel like we look fairly comfortably defensively against Liverpool. Though.
Yeah, so far. United are defending well. Getting players back well as well. There was that one time, obviously, where they scored the goal where Maynard just stepped up and didn't quite cover the line, or the lane, should I say, and Gravenberch turned him. But other than that, United have been very well sort of drilled defensively, I think, positioning-wise, shape-wise.
Interesting throw.
Again, it's that, isn't it? That's the thing with it. It's like, defensively it's been good, but it's the decision making in the playing it out. That throw in there, you're throwing it into the middle of the pitch to Bruno, who's got a man either side of him, who has to perfectly turn it and hope that the throw-in's long enough that he can let it roll into space. That's not on.
Look, this is what I mean. Look at the way Liverpool are set up. They've got everyone but their back four ahead of the ball. So, like, when we break, it's literally just straight onto their back line.
Yeah.
No one's really sitting for them.
No. And Arnold's as high up the pitch as Salah is. For now, at least. Win that.
Yeah.
Sloppy that. Man on! He's got a fucking man on as well. Fuck me.
That looks bad on Casemiro, but I don't know, like, you're putting him in a lot of trouble there.
Go on, Joshua, keep the ball. Fucking hell, man. Jesus. There you go, he had time to actually check his shoulder there. Rashford's running through. Oh! Did he ball that?
No.
Headed it. I thought he let that come across his body and handled it.
No, he headed it.
Keep the ball for a minute. They've just had a spell, haven't they? 5 minutes there where they've kept the ball really well, Liverpool. United
Not really
just need to
threatening,
slow it
no?
down. No, they're not. They've not even really got onto our back line, have
And
they?
to be fair, for us, as for us having a lot, we've been better on the ball than them, carrying a little bit more threat. We've not really had any clear-cut opportunities either.
No. Have we had a shot? I don't think we've had a shot, have we?
No, can't.
Oh, that's actually true.
Has either team had a shot?
It's a weird game, this, because it seems like United have looked kind of like threatening at times, but we haven't actually had
It's not really
an
end to end.
opportunity.
It's 18-yard box to 18.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
it's
that's
box to box, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's not end to end. It's box to box. Yeah, you're exactly right.
That's exactly it.
Yeah, there's been a lot of play in here,
Yeah.
but not a lot of breaking through. I think that's the sign of two relatively defensively well drilled teams, though, that we're not allowing loads of chances. United, to be fair, with a bit better decision making, could have made some more chances than they have.
Played the lit.
Well done, Delict again there.
Oh, that was lovely.
Well done, Maynard.
What?
Fucking hell,
That
turning
was
out of that
class.
there.
Oh,
Didn't look on at all, did it? Shit. Hold on. Now go. Now we can actually fucking move up. Here we go.
Getting skipped past by Casemiro.
Casemiro, yeah.
I've heard you. Go on.
It's a
shit.
shocking pass, that Bruno.
Just play it to Garnacho.
The one player you expect to be able to put a decent pass in there.
Sake, man.
Oh, shit.
Jota's on here. Oh,
Yes, De Ligt. It's been outstanding.
De Ligt again, just picking it off his toe there. He just gave him too much room, didn't he?
De Ligt's been quality.
Even Casemiro was surprised by himself.
I'm literally beating someone in a race. Just look at me, man. Who do you reckon wins the race out of Casemiro and Alexis McAllister?
Fucking hell, I don't know. It's one of the only races that never finishes.
Yeah.
They they get exponentially closer to the finish line, but no one can ever get there because they get more and more tired.
McAllister is just as slow.
Yeah,
He's very light.
maybe a bit more energy, a bit bigger of a tank these days. But in terms of his actual speed, he's not quick at all, is he? Are you fast, Scotty? Oh yeah.
Not as much as they used to be, yeah.
But you're quick.
I can imagine that.
Yeah. Because you're quick, aren't you, Ronaldo?
Yeah. Well, not as quick as I once was, but
Would you say you're known for your pace?
what was that? Do you mean
Like if someone said like when you were like, well, let's
Yeah,
say
yeah,
now, someone
yeah,
said describe Ronaldo as a player, would
Yeah,
pacey or
yeah,
quick
yes.
be part of it?
definitely?
Yeah.
What's your fastest 10k?
I don't do 10Ks.
Are you fast over sort of
100 metres.
short distance?
That's mad though. We're talking about speed, and Scotty's first thing to ask me what's your fastest 10,000 metre?
It's a longer distance.
That's not long distance to me though, Ronaldo.
Oh shit. Okay. Oh.
But you're fast over 60 metres though, aren't you, rather than 10,000?
I'm mint getting to the bus.
Yeah. What's your fastest 100 metres? Do you know? Have you got one?
I've not done 100 metres since I was about 12.
Have you not?
13, 14.
What's your brother's fastest 100 metres?
Like 10, 8.
That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, my brother's quicker than me.
But that's if you're sprinting 100 metres in the tens, you are absolutely lightning
My
quick.
little sister's personal best is 11.6 as well.
Which is equally, if not more, impressive. That's unbelievable.
Yeah, got a quick family. Obviously, my mum was a sprinter in Jamaica as well. So that's probably the reason.
Well, yeah, that'll probably do it, won't it? That might have something to do with it. Yeah, your mum was a sprinter. That might have something to do with it. Come on, then.
Go on.
Chance to counter here for United. Liverpool just took a corner and weirdly didn't really go anywhere with it at all.
Oh, come on, it's this last ball.
Win it back, though.
What you got, Garnacho?
He's got half the team. He did well getting something across there. He had about 6 plays in front of him.
I would have loved Mazraoui just to swing and smack that in the top bin.
Corner. He almost sort of got fouled and blocked there, Mazraoui, but not quite. Looked like someone was going to put a foot and he'd like kick the bottom of their studs or something.
You know what I love about Mazraoui this game? I've not mentioned him once.
Yeah.
And that's the sort of, what you really want from your defender.
He's just been solid, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Oh, lucky there. Well done, Casemiro.
Go on.
Right, come on, Bruno.
It's the final ball every time. It's not happening for Xerxes, isn't it?
Not, is it?
Game's almost too fast for him.
Yeah.
He does look a little bit leggy there.
The final bit.
Casemiro did really well there. And again there. Well, that's a foul. Well done. Casemiro's been really good today.
Yeah.
I'd say De Ligt and Casemiro have been our best players so far. Mainu's done some brilliant things as well. Yeah,
tidy bit of play. You just don't want to have this sort of good performance in the first half and not go 1-0 up, because I think Liverpool will improve and get more chances.
Yeah. And also, we saw this against Brighton, didn't we? First half an hour we were really good, and then they scored. And then after that, you're just fighting an uphill battle the whole game. If you're playing well, you need to score the first goal, especially in games like this. Because not only not scoring, but you absolutely get the wind taken out of you if you're the one who's doing all the good stuff. Although, as that graphic will show you that you can't see, 8 of the last 10 touches in the opposition box have been from Liverpool. But
our last-ditch defending's been pretty good, and as Scotty said, he's summed up perfectly. It's been a box-to-box game.
Yeah.
As soon as both teams have got to the 18-yard area, the quality's been quite bad, and the defending's been really good.
Yeah.
There's a lot gone on between then.
you think that's down to neither team having an out-and-out striker up front? Do you know, but they're trying to find more of an idea about how to get the shot off instead of having a target man.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, Xerxes not been up to the speed yet, has he? Like we were saying,
He's not playing like a number 9, is he?
No, and he's not an out striker. He is a striker, but he's not like a Hoyland or whatever. But I think if he'd been a little bit cleaner with his touches, Xerxes, I think we wouldn't have had that issue. That's poor for Casemiro.
Gravenberch has been good for them.
Yeah, he has.
Okay,
Got loads of men at the back post. You've got to stop the cross here.
That's a
They
great
got it
ball.
there. That's a goal.
Oh shit!
That was
Fuck's sake.
I was hoping he headbutted each other. Is that bad for me to say?
No. 1-0 Liverpool. Where's that fucking come from? Why have they got like 3 men at the back post there?
Someone said when you was insulting Diaz before that he'd score.
I said it. I don't know who else said it. I knew he fucking would after I'd said that. That's ridiculous, that. Casemiro just playing the ball into trouble there, into all kinds of trouble.
I thought Gravenberch fucked this up because look, he had a man over both sides, but Salah's just got the quality in it.
What a ball that is.
Yeah.
I was hoping he messed it up, like they scrambled in each other's way.
Yeah, and sort of knocked into each other and headed it over. Just what we were talking about, though, isn't it? It's been a decent start from United. We played well, got into the game well, and then all of a sudden.
Well, you were just singing Casemiro's praises, John, but rightly so open to that. But then to play that silly, nonchalant ball towards the left when there were 3 players in front of him, there was a lot more easier passes. It needn't have happened.
No. That's been the thing that's cost United this whole game so far, is bad decision making on the ball. And other than that, it's been really good.
And we were talking before about United being the better team this half. You don't want to concede because you'll not the wind at yourselves, and it's exactly what seems to happen. We don't be worse now to go in 1-0 down.
Yeah.
Fucking Scousers.
That's so annoying, that. Just a stupid decision from Casemiro.
There's a VAR check. What for?
Don't know. Maybe was he offside? Obviously he wasn't, but maybe that's what they're checking for.
It takes the wind out of your sails.
Exactly. Go on then.
No, we do need to start creating
Yeah,
chances.
Well
done Delect again.
been first to everything.
Yeah, he's been brilliant.
Casemiro just fucking.
It's annoying that. He's done well, Casemiro.
But I think the centre back pairing of Delect and Martinez have done well, and then you've got especially Delect, and then you just get Casemiro fucking stitching you up like that, and it's all for nothing.
I know. And there's no man at the back post, but that's because Mazraoui's pushing up to try and receive the ball.
It wasn't even like needed to be like a mad interception as well. Like
it there's
just
a
passed
cluster
it
of
straight
players
to
and
him.
he just put it in the middle of like 6 players.
Bozo Gene, man.
Yeah, stupid. Yeah, it's frustrating. This.
The sales. He's showing a bit of. What we should do is try and get some good momentum going into the half. Maybe try and nick one, but what we can't afford to do is concede again before the half goes. Trying to do too much.
Get a bit of a.
Trying to do too much. Yeah.
Now what have we got? It's a shit pass.
Work.
Don't foul him. Well done. I hate that. We need to create more shots as well, don't we, United? Playing well, but just the balls in the final third have just not been there.
We've not had a shot, have we, 40 minutes in?
No. I do think that's where you do what Ahmad does.
Have we actually not had a shot?
No, I'm not saying Alisson make a save.
No, I don't think we've had a shot. I think Liverpool have only had 1 or 2 in fairness.
Liverpool haven't had that many. It's been both teams have done the same. Like
that's so bizarre that he's trying to get it.
I thought he messed up not going to like Diaz now.
Yeah,
but that's.
it's a good ball from Salah.
Yeah, but that's normal for him now, innit?
Yeah.
Just one of the best ever.
Yeah, you just expect it every time.
Yeah.
don't you?
You know, man. He did look a little bit off it to finish the season last season.
Salah.
Yeah, then he got his
Now we've got a bit of space here. We've got to get a shot at the end of this. And ball.
Go on, Maswari.
Shoot!
Oh, you lucky bastard.
At least more of that.
Yeah.
Then
At
he
least
went-
it ended up with a shot. Although that's a fucking swing of a leg. That's
Diaz Casemiro, I don't want that. I don't want that.
well done,
Good
Cobby.
Well
play.
played.
Well done again, Cobby. Well done.
Played.
Very sort of like nonchalant there from Rashford, but it actually worked out.
Go on.
No, it's not on, is it? It's not on. You know it's not on. Keep doing that, just taking passes that we must know aren't going to work out. Rashford's trying to run. Rashford's running between two players there, but he's still 5 yards this side of him when he plays the ball. He's nowhere near on. Martinez is booked there.
It's getting a little bit heightened now. Van
Van
Dijk,
Dijk, shut your mouth,
Van
you
Dijk-
absolute muppet.
He's inviting Martinez onto him, wasn't
It's like he's doing that like Sober's some 17-year-old making his debut. Like, if you're going to mess with him, mess with me. He's fucking bigger than Martinez is. He don't need your defence, mate, you absolute dick. He just thinks
It's not that.
everything's about
It's
him.
more just he look very performative.
It all is. That's what he's like.
We just know he's not that guy, really, innit? Van Dijk.
No, he's not.
Not
He's
that
not
guy,
hard,
man.
is
He's not hard.
No. He's big and he's solid, but
He's not hard,
a
don't mean.
hard fighting kind of player. It's annoying that, because that was just a swing of the leg from Van Dijk there to clear the ball. And it ends up being an unbelievable pass to Diaz that gets Martinez booked.
Got Maswara in fantasy as well. Would have been double joy.
Liverpool just playing the ball out here. Crossed into the box. Too long, that.
Who's he looking for there?
Fucking hell. Well done, Xerxes.
Good play, that. Gravenberch has been fucking good, innit? Jesus. And every time I've seen him play the first couple of years for Liverpool, he's been shit. Decides to turn up now. It's not a foul, man.
I'm not getting a foul.
Oh.
Shit, man.
Yeah, fucking hell.
Fucking Casemiro getting dispossessed again. Fuck off.
So undeserved.
Mad, innit? 2 shots, Diaz, 2-0. Fucked it again.
Joe.
Fuck off.
Joe's fault, this.
It's not my fault
Hey,
Diaz
Joe,
has
it's
been
your
shit
fault, man.
until today, is it?
Well, Joe, you know how it works. You got any
Yeah.
vodka in this?
Fuck
As
off.
soon as we spoke about Diaz, I was like, I hope not.
To be
man.
fair, though, I did say about 4 Liverpool players are shit.
Fucking hell.
I mean, he don't get the ball there, though, does he, either, if we're honest?
It's a bit.
Does Diaz
It's
get
one
the
of
ball
them.
there?
It's one of them where, like, if he gives a foul, then it's fine. Do you know what I mean? But because it's not given, I don't think VAR are going to change that.
We'll
Do you know what
see.
I mean? I think Anana. Am I harsh for thinking Anana could save that?
No, I was just going to ask that question.
Yeah, you are.
That's
You
nice.
are
Good
harsh.
finish that.
It's, bottom, it's first time, bottom corner,
Fuck
along
me.
the ground. That's harsh.
He's gone in
It's
the
harsh.
direction.
It's
isn't
right
it?
in the corner.
He should definitely save it.
Do you think?
No.
That's the one thing that I didn't want us to do is to concede before the half.
Onana, people in the comments having to go at Onana. I genuinely don't believe that at all. It's literally back the other way and right in the corner. What do you want him to do? Just be able to cover every single inch of the goal?
It's such a strange game, this, man.
I know. This is what happens
They're
though, every time we
clinical,
play
aren't they?
Liverpool. That's what I was saying before. However many chances they have, that's how many goals they get.
Yeah,
That's been Liverpool for a long time.
they're
That's
clinical, whereas
the
we're
the one
the
of
opposite of
the,
whatever
one of
clinical
Liverpool,
is.
one of those teams in world football where it's not about how poor they're playing. They they're capable of scoring any time they go forward, just to their firepower and the way they play. But that's why you got to be proper on it from minute 1 to minute 90 against them.
Yeah.
Because they're winning 2-0, but they haven't been two goals better than us.
And you need as well, one thing that isn't their fault, that's our fault, is United need to show some level of threat. Because at the minute, we're way too easy to defend.
We've had one shot, and it was by our left back, by our right back.
Oh, shit. A lot of woofing.
United have looked good until we get into their third, and then we've looked absolutely amateur so far. Casemiro for both goals as well, which is fucking annoying because he looked good for the first 35 minutes. Then he passes the ball away, then he takes too long and gets tackled.
He won that race and then went down.
Oh!
Fuck. Come on, get... fucking hell, Marcus, man.
Has Mainoo been booked already?
No.
Not to bring everything back to you, jinxing the game at the beginning of it, Joe, right? As well as like giving us the Diaz curse. Yeah. We're going to need a goal or something, obviously, in second half, and you're making reference to how bad our midfield is or strikers on the bench.
Yeah.
We're in trouble, aren't we, second half?
Well, actually, no. So technically, that should mean they're going to score. If me slagging Diaz off makes him score, me slagging off our bench should make them score.
Right, okay.
So you can thank me for that.
Collier hat-trick.
When Anthony and Wheatley score for United.
Collier hat-trick.
Heaton comes on.
Yeah.
Collier hat-trick.
What's the... Do you know when people say we only win by individual brilliance, there's no tactics? What's the opposite of that? Because that's what this has been. Where the tactics have been good,
we lose.
But just individual shit.
Casemiro.
And there's Casemiro's lost his head now.
Individual errors.
Casemiro head's gone. No, this isn't tactics or nothing.
It's not.
This is just players. This is just Casemiro. Casemiro's the reason we've conceded twice.
Right, that's fine. But Casemiro isn't the reason we've not scored. That's on there, but that's on a lot of the players.
Yeah. But that is on a lot of the players. Xerxes' touches have been poor. Rashford's not done much.
You can't be at home against Liverpool, have that amount of possession and have one shot in 45 minutes. Yeah. It's inexcusable.
The front three have been poor. Bruno's passing's not been good enough either. But the front three in particular have just done nothing, have they, really? No. But these sorts of games, often you don't get many chances. And when you're giving them 2 free chances like that... Also, it was a very good finish for that second one in particular. That was... They built that chance well even after they'd won the ball back. But you're giving the ball away like that twice in the middle of the pitch when you're trying to break out from the back, you're fucked. Completely fucked. Shit, innit? 5-minute stoppage time as well. James Stewart said, we need some of Dom's casino look. We need some sort of look. Yeah, definitely. Juan Martinez, and this was after the first goal, let alone the second one, says, Casemiro is done. If all that experience is leading to decision-making this bad, he needs to play against only the bottom teams, hopefully for Ugarte. I mean, it's going to be relatively easy to drop him after this, isn't it? It's shit, though, isn't it? Because the things that he was doing last season that was sort of meant that he had to be dropped, or that he should be dropped, isn't even what he's done today. The main problems with last season was his positioning was poor, sliding in when he didn't need to, getting exposed in the middle. And this is just like on-the-ball decision-making that's cost him today.
But that's the thing when you get towards the end of your career, it isn't just one thing that goes, is it? It's like last year we were seeing different parts of his ability sort of weighing, and now we're seeing even more of it. One of the things about Casemiro, which is the Ugarte signing. Why did not make it earlier? Because, why did they leave it so fucking late? I don't think they think,
I suppose...
Now it's the negotiating.
We've got him a few weeks.
PSG would be in...
Bastards. No, what I mean with this, he would have started today if it had been a day before.
Yeah, well, PSG would be in negotiations. They were being sticklers with the price and that. INEOS just didn't want to pay what they wanted.
I don't think they thought he was fit as well for this because he's not really played since Copa America. Yeah. But then again, that was only a few weeks ago. So I don't know. Yeah, it'd be nice to have him as an option off the bench, wouldn't it? Garnacho, Rashford, and Xerxes have been poor today, haven't they? All of them. Ball doesn't stick with them. They're not finding passes.
I can't think of anything that...
Bruno's been really bad as well himself.
But at least had one ball into for the Mazraou's chance. That was it, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Rashford now.
You almost think maybe bring Ahmad on at half time.
Only players that have turned up today really are our defenders.
Yeah. De Ligt's been very
That's
good.
the thing, isn't it? Is that you feel for De Ligt that we're going in 2-0 down because he's had a really good game.
Yeah, he has. I think Mainoo's been decent. De Ligt's been very good.
Mainoo struggled against Gravenberch though, in terms of like with his pace and power and stuff. That's the only thing.
Just give them the ball then. Just let Liverpool have the ball again.
He's got to take Casemiro off, surely. He's actually been that bad.
Before Ericsson.
That's the problem, isn't it?
Collier.
He can't do
Big
that.
game that though.
You can't do that to Collier. That's not fair.
Collier's at least got legs though.
He has, but if it ends up being 4-0,
Can he be worse than what Casemiro's put out this half?
but it's almost not about whether he's worse in terms of us winning this game. If you think of Collier's career and Collier as a player, a 2-0 loss and him getting skinned a couple of times by Gravenberch could be really damaging to his career. Shit, then at the first big game of the season, and Casemiro's had an absolute nightmare. Just an absolute nightmare of a game.
But it's not even that. It's a nightmare of a fucking 6-7 minutes, wasn't it?
Yeah. Because the first 35, he was good.
Yeah.
Okay, now lads. Offside anyway.
Offside.
Go on.
Great pass from Mainoo.
Just
No, a bit of an intelligent footballer.
He's behind him.
He's left one on him there, you know.
Yeah, he's a knobhead. Half time, Liverpool 2, Manchester United 0. Get your thoughts in the comments. Scotty, just overall thoughts on that first half?
Hugely disappointing. Obviously, nobody wants to be going in 2-0 down at half time, but I think the manner in which we started the game, we were very, very positive. The football, we seemed very much in control. A lot of action down the left-hand side. And it felt like it was just a matter of time that when we started creating the chances that United were going to go 1-0 up. And then obviously Trent got that goal that was disallowed. And then that was more of an indication of things that were about to happen, because whilst Liverpool weren't brilliant, they were very clinical. And when they were getting the chances, they were taking the chances. Manchester United haven't created any chances, and therefore we haven't scored. 2 individual errors by Casemiro have led to Liverpool leading. But it's just, I'm not putting it all down on one person, because I don't think that you should go to 45 minutes or 50 minutes into a game and only have one shot on target at home against Liverpool.
Yeah.
Not with the amount of possession that they've had. If we've been annihilated by Liverpool, then I'd understand not having any chances.
Yeah.
But as it is, our attackers across the board have been shocking.
Yeah, they have. Just looking at some stats then, 50-50 in possession, but I think up until about the 35th minute, United had a 65% possession. We were looking really good, and then obviously goals changed things massively, and 35 minutes into the game, Diaz gets that goal. Casemiro playing the ball into a cluster of mostly Liverpool players. There was about 4 Liverpool players and 2 United players on one side, and then on the other side the game's much more open. He chooses to play the ball in there. They win the ball and immediately score a goal. Ronaldo, thoughts on that first goal United gave?
I think our first 20 minutes or so, with the energy we showed and the lads looked up for it, I thought we looked threatening down the left side for the first 15-20 against Trent. It almost conned us into thinking that we're actually playing really well. When, to be fair, I think it was a combination of that and Liverpool playing poorly. But we looked at the stats there. We've had 2 shots, 1 on target. I can't remember what the second shot was. I remember the Mazraoui one. It's broken down in the final third way too often. Scotty said in the first half, which was correct, the game was almost box to box rather than end to end, where there were a lot of transitions, but both teams were quite poor when it got to the final third.
Yeah,
and that was for both teams. But what happened is Liverpool found their little bit of 1 or 2 bits of brilliance or 1 or 2 bits of play when they got into the final third and punished us for it. Whereas we've not able to find that with Xerxes and Rashford and Bruno and Garnacho. I think that front 4 has been terrible.
Yeah.
Today, I think Xerxes looked off the pace. He's been too easy to dispossess. I think Rashford looked bright in the first 5 or 10 against Trent, as he often does, but then the end product or the decision making has not been there. I think the final ball from Bruno's been awful. Garnacho's had no change at all against Robertson. And then you look at the midfield, Mainoo's actually struggled a lot against Gravenberch. Gravenberch has been too quick, too powerful for him. Casemiro, the less I say about him, the better. But I think he needs to come off at half time. And if I'm looking at positives, I thought De Ligt and Martinez have been decent. I thought De Ligt had a solid first half. I think the fullbacks have been okay as well. But outside of that, if you looking at it, I don't know, man. It's disappointing. I don't think we were 2-0 down worse than Liverpool, but I thought we went 1-0 down. I thought the last thing that we needed was to concede again.
You literally said that, didn't you? You said we can try and get a goal back before half time, but the one thing we cannot do is concede again, and we did. And it was 2 mistakes from Casemiro, and we'll talk about the rest of it because you mentioned the front three, and I think the front three have been awful pretty much so far today. But in the build-up for the first 25 minutes, maybe even 35 minutes, I saw some good things. I thought De Ligt has been excellent. I think Martinez has been good as well. I thought on the ball, Mainoo's been good. Casemiro for the first 35 minutes looked good. And I saw how we were playing out from the back and keeping the ball and bringing people in. But every time we get the ball to that front line, it's just been awful. Xerxes, the ball doesn't stick at all, and he's passing. He just looks like, to me, he looks like a player that isn't used to the speed of the Premier League whatsoever. He's starting his first game against perhaps the most intense team in the league, certainly in that conversation. So the biggest jump up he could have possibly had from the speed of Serie A to the speed of the Premier League is arguably this game, and we're seeing that. I think Rashford, he's looked sort of slightly, I don't know, like he's messing stuff up all the time. Like he's trying to do a step over and it hits his toes. He's trying to put his foot over it. He tries to pull the ball back and he's kicking it into the ground, and he's trying to switch it and he underhit. Like it just feels like everything he's trying isn't working. Garnacho looks like his decision making's just gone through the floor as well. He looks like he's not match fit yet, and he's probably not. And I don't mean physically, I mean mentally. Like when they get the ball, they're just doing the wrong thing with it. The amount of times we're trying to play through balls to players who aren't behind yet or aren't on the line yet, and they're just giving the ball away time after time. Bruno's passing's been poor, but yeah, that transition from playing out from the back really well to actually turning that into attacks has just not been good enough from United. And eventually, when you have a player like Casemiro who is mistake prone, especially as he gets older, that lack of the ball sticking up front and the lack of danger and chances created leads, and you find cracks. And Casemiro is the pressure point there.
Very high up there, isn't it?
He is, but he's trying to play out from the back, and maybe he could have been deeper. But
that's
then
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 versus 3. That when you get the ball back, Jesus.
That's when Casemiro gives the ball away there, and they've got 2 men over the top. And I was saying as they played it out to Salah, and I don't blame Martinez for this. You have to stop the cross because they've got 2 men completely open at the back post, and once it gets to the back post, it's always going to be a goal. But yeah, Rashford, Xerxes, and Garnacho. I would be inclined to bring Ahmad on for one of them as well. To be honest,
is it as bad as you could see Anthony coming on to offer something different? Because the players that he's replacing haven't done anything.
What Anthony can do, and he's not particularly good at it, but what he can do is hold the ball up, slow, like keep the ball a little bit. He doesn't usually do anything good with it once he's held it up, but we lose it every time. Any time Rashford, Xerxes, or Garnacho get it, we lose it, and that you can't have that, especially when you've got Casemiro making stupid mistakes in the middle, and then the second goal. United win the ball back. Diaz plays it into Casemiro, and he's just taking too long. And Mazraoui plays it into Casemiro. It just takes too long. To be fair, he does get a knock in the back from Diaz, who doesn't touch the ball, but they're not going to give that. Diaz is a skinny guy. You got big Casemiro getting knocked over. Yeah. That's not the type of foul that the ref gives, is it? If it's the other way around, and it's Casemiro hitting into the back of Diaz, he probably will give a free kick for that. Yeah. But I can see why he doesn't. And at that point, you're 2-0 down, and this game, United are now scrambling for a draw at very best. And based on recent seasons, what's more likely is fucking 4-0 to Liverpool than United getting back into it, which is just unthinkable after those first 35 minutes.
Just can't see where we're going to get goals from. That's the issue. I can't see what he can bring on that's going to offer any goals, or how he can shuffle it around. And again, we go back to the transfer window being brilliant. Should we not have been looking for more for some alternative striker?
Yeah.
Do you think we're struggling with Xerxes? Is he playing false 9, Xerxes' position? Because
I think he's just trying to get a touch of the ball, isn't he? He's dropping in to try and get a touch of the ball.
Yeah.
But the ball isn't sticking when it goes up to
Because I wonder if him playing deeper, is that having an impact on Fernandes, and whether you put Fernandes up as a false nine and then bring Eriksen on?
Yeah, maybe. Try and play the four in midfield that we played over the last few weeks. I don't know. What do you think, Ronnie?
The execution of the final bit when we've got into final third on a couple of counters has just been so bad.
Yeah.
So easy to defend. It's like, I don't know, at this level, there's a difference between good players, average players, and world-class players. Is the world-class players make the right decision 9 times out of 10.
Yeah.
And I think too many of our forward players always make the wrong decision, or the final bit or the execution's off. And that's been a difference between the two sides. And then Casemiro, when I'm looking at those replays, it's laughably bad.
Yeah.
He's absolutely stunk today. He's been terrible, and he's single-handedly the reason why we're 2-0 down. I know people can say that we could have been better going forward, but it's too easy giveaways. And what's annoying about us is, I know we talk about the structure, we talk about the tactics sometimes and that, but what can you do for players just making it easy for teams? How many times do we go into a game every week where we either concede a goal or concede multiple opportunities that have been created by individuals that are just not good enough or not performing well enough?
Yeah.
There's literally, I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it right now. But we saw the writing on the wall. We saw Casemiro was finished towards the end of last season. We knew that he puts a significant cap on our ceiling. A player like that playing defensive midfield can obviously have an effect on Mainu, can have an effect on people around us as well. He's not really the only one, but it's just piss poor to be playing against sides as good as Liverpool and the big teams where if you want them to score goals, you want them to work for it. They've not had to work for them 2 goals.
No.
Casemiro, just give it him.
Yeah. That's the real sickener, isn't it? Like we've seen recent seasons where United have been completely outclassed by Liverpool. It's happened multiple times. And that hasn't happened today. It is literally moments. And this thing of like no tactics, just vibes, like I was saying before, the tactics are there. I'm waiting for the vibes to arrive because at the minute, United can't keep the ball. Every time we try and play an even remotely difficult pass, it's not coming off. The strikers can't play each other in. We're not being able to find any creativity or intricate passing around the edge of the 18. And maybe you do need Ahmad for that, because one thing he can do is those quick little passes, find players when they're making runs, get 1-2s in tight areas. Maybe we need a bit of that, because at the minute, tactically, I think we look good, or we're certainly matching Liverpool. But in terms of the personnel and how they're actually putting that tactic on the pitch, you can't. What tactic is there where your central midfielder gives the ball away twice in 5 minutes, in just outside his 18-yard box? That no tactic in the world involves that happening. Yeah. And like, if he wants to boot the ball, if he's got too many men around him, and he wants to clear it and scream at everyone, we'll be more than happy to do that. But you can't be being dispossessed by Luis Diaz or be passing the ball straight into a cluster of Liverpool players just because you got a man on you. The first one in particular, there's just fucking no need for him to do what he does there.
Not at all.
No need by Casemiro. Hit the like button if you're watching. Obviously the result is shit so far, but do hit the like button on the video if you can. Jay, who's at the ground, has just given us the word that Collier, Eriksen and Evans are all warming up. Looks like Collier's coming on. He's getting some instruction from Darren Fletcher, so maybe Casemiro is getting yanked
big
off
game
at
then,
half
isn't
time.
it, for
It's
Collier.
massive for him, and I don't envy him, to be honest. I mean, obviously, I'd love to be going and play for United, but in terms of a start to a football career, 2-0 down at home to Liverpool, when, you know, if we get a batter in here, this will be a seminal game in Ten Hag's career or to Collier's career.
You hope that's not his. You hope that's not his sort of viewpoint, though, is it? Like
what, Collier's or Ten Hag's?
Collier's, because it could be that. It could also be, you know, I'm going to stake a claim.
And we won 3-2.
Or even if it stays 2-0 and he's had a decent performance, because the result, if United get beat, isn't on him.
No, that's a good point. Yeah, and I'm sure he'll be looking at it like that. It's just, you worry, don't you? Parag says this is our 3rd Premier League game without a striker. I don't know what Xerxes is. He's not up to the speed yet. That's what he is. Right and Wrong says, if I'm in that locker room at half time, I'm swinging at Casemiro. He's been casual. Looks like he can't be arsed. Enrique Manyares says Casemiro forced us to play double pivot, yet Mainu still has to cover the width of the pitch. Feel sorry for Mainu. Needs Ugarte along with him ASAP. Maximilian Zapien says, this half makes it even more glaring how poor our midfield options are. The only option off the bench is a 35-year-old midfielder. We need legs badly. I mean, Collier's coming on, I think he's 19, 20. I'll double check in a second. Garnacho for Ahmad, Collier for Casemiro. Yeah, I think I'd do both of those, to be honest. James Bowater says, if there was one word I had to describe that performance, it would be sloppy. Yeah, it was completely sloppy. Yeah, Toby Collier is 20 years old. Discombobulate says, can't see Casemiro starting many games this season if Ugarte and Mainu are fit. Bruno needs to hold the ball for a bit longer. Rashford anonymous. Shane Gates says, this is looking a lot like last year. I disagree. I don't think it is looking like last year. I think the way we've played out from the back and the shape that we've had in build-up is different. It's definitely different to last year. We're winning the ball high up. We're doing some good things. I mean, the sloppiness from Casemiro feels like last year, but to me, this doesn't feel like last year. I mean, the results looking the same, but the performance feels different. Does it to you, Ronaldo, or do you feel like we're just seeing 23, 24 all over again?
It's not as cut and dry as being like it's just completely different. It's completely the same because, as I've said, there's been stuff that have been slightly better, but there have been a lot of the elements from last season still there.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I don't think it's completely one way or completely one the other.
Yeah.
But some of the stuff that hurt us last season, are they there this season still? Yes, they are. Are there bits that have gotten slightly better? Yes. But as I've told people, this showed us that United was so bad last season. Because people are forgetting we finished 8th last season, when on performance basis we could have actually finished much lower.
Yeah.
And that was what was frightening. So as I've said, you can easily come into this season and see stuff that looks slightly improved because you've got such a. Because if you're going from being a fucking 2 out of 10 for majority of the season, being a 3 or 4 out of 10 in the season after is going to look on the face of it, that's technically an improvement. But is it really though where United want to go? And that's the problem. We were so bad that the improvement or jump that we need this season is so big that even improving a little bit might not be good enough. Because look, we probably had a couple of bright sparks to begin the game where you can probably hang your hat on, but then again we're 2-0 down at half time against Liverpool.
But we're only 2-0 down. I mean, I'm always negative and stuff like that, but we're only 2-0 down, not because we've been dominated by Liverpool as we had been against teams last season. We are 2-0 down because of the 2 mistakes by 1 player.
Yeah,
that is
the majority of it. The game ticked off then. Collier has come on for Casemiro, just immediately pulled off. If we get some volume as well, please. Oh, we have. Just can't hear it. Liverpool in behind. Not quite. Sorry. United need to as well cut this shit of being crap in the first 5 minutes of the second half. We saw it. Was that Mazraoui?
Yeah, all of last season we were so bad to
when we come out.
Yeah, we're really bad in the start of our second half usually. I want us to start as bright as we start the first half.
Yeah.
He's going to be nervous him as well.
Yeah, he will be though, wouldn't you? 20 years old.
What he will have is more legs than Casemiro.
Yeah. I mean, Mazraoui's... Oh, yeah, that's more like it. That'll fucking hurt.
That'll hurt that. Knee to the back of the head.
To the back of the head there for Mazraoui. Jota's knee, just as he's stepping over him, catches Mazraoui in the back of the head. That could be...
What have we got on the bench for... Because there's a chance you might not fully recover.
Don't look on the bench.
Because there's a chance you don't...
Don't look.
Ericsson.
Ericsson's coming on at fullback. Just don't look at the bench because we've got 2 fit fullbacks in the club and they're both currently on the pitch. So don't look at the bench.
Obviously I'm hoping he says I'm worried about that.
Yeah,
concussion
wise. That could be a concussion. Because
where they won't let him play.
Right in the back of the head there.
It would be Evans on, wouldn't it? And Martinez left back.
Yeah.
I don't like that matchup though.
Salah versus Martinez.
Isolated.
No, not at all. So annoying this, isn't it? If I'm Ten Hag, I'd feel like sick. I'm so annoyed. Do you know, like, you've set the team up and it's working. Not majorly six. You know, you're not battering Liverpool by any means, but you're going toe to toe with them and you're looking good. And then all of a sudden, Casemiro fucking gives the ball away twice in 7 minutes.
What's the concussion? Oh, we got Maguire as well. They probably put Maguire out. But what's the concussion protocol?
I don't know because you see people get hit in the head and they don't have to come off every time. I don't know if it's like
Because I know Minter come off for Brighton when he had something like this, and he said he was doing the whole "I'm fine," but
Yeah,
didn't
and he
let
played
him.
the next game. Yeah, I don't know whether they're going to have to bring him off, or I don't know how they judge that. Aran Siri says he started Casemiro. He's to blame.
Who else did he start?
Right, what are you gonna do? Start Collier over the fucking 300 grand a week Casemiro, who's been all right for the first 2 games? Come on, you can't blame. I mean, any human on earth would have started Casemiro for this game when the options are that. What would you have done? Eriksen, Collier, Mainu as your midfield. Come on. Looks like Mazraoui just chatting to the doctor. I don't know whether he's saying I can play on or... It's hard to tell, isn't it?
Seeing it.
The bald fraud is to blame, says RK Shetty. I love it. Tactically, we suck. Okay.
He's alright. He's gone short sleeve this half as well. You know, it's warm, innit?
Yeah, it was red hot before, pissing it down and roasting. 4 minutes gone then. In the second half, nothing has happened yet because Mazraoui got kneed in the back of the head.
The only thing when you lose Casemiro, Casemiro's bad, but he's I'm worried. Defensive corners, he's quite important.
Yeah, he is. From set pieces, both ends, he's very good. We're just down to 10 men for now, United.
Yeah, that usually, yeah. Well, not for too long, hopefully,
No.
though.
Be interesting to see how involved Collier is. Do you know sometimes you bring on a young lad and they just don't get into the game at all?
I think because his Premier League debut, is his Premier League debut?
I think so.
Liverpool. He's gonna be nervous.
Yeah. Yeah, I believe it's his first ever game for United. Yeah, it is. So, good luck, lad. Fucking hell. It's a tough one, that, innit? Coming on 2-0 down to Liverpool. It's a good ball from Van Rijn. Collier just nips in and wins it off Trent there. That's good.
Go on.
Come on now.
Come on. Square.
Such a predictable pass that.
And it's a shit pass as well because it's behind him. It's like it's not an excuse that you're using your left foot that a 20-yard pass is just way behind the player you need to give it to. If that's a foot in front of Bruno or 2 feet in front of him, he gets that. Instead, he's having to turn back and their player can nip in and get it. Just a bad pass. It'd be great if United could get the next goal, wouldn't it? Just show a bit of something.
What we can't do is concede the third. The third means game over.
Yeah, and it might be a battering as well if we get 3. I mean, 3 is a battering, but
think about that.
Yeah, 2 is probably game over. 3 is hold on to your hats because this could be an absolute shit show. United.
Another thing that I was worried about was the fact that their bench does look that much stronger.
Yeah. I mean, United's injuries already this season are just frustrating, aren't they?
Yeah, they've already hurt us.
I know. No left backs. Mount's out. Hoyland's out. Really frustrating. Go on then, good pressing. Win that. Hold on. Good touch. Bloody hell.
Come on.
Go on, Collier.
Good lay down
Go
there
on.
from Collier. Zirkzee. Oh
shit.
Oh, that was a
More
good
like
strike
it.
as
Collier
well.
did
That.
brilliant there.
Brilliant header from Collier. That was a good bit of play from
Yeah, it
Xerxes,
was.
that touch and finesse.
It was. It's a good shot as well, that, because it was going right in the corner there. That's better, that.
Go on.
Maybe there is
Good thing
something
he'd
to be optimistic about.
Could thing you've stopped behind the back post there, Rashford.
Don't know. Win that. You got to win that. It's just a hit and hope. Well done. Good header.
He might be offside there.
No.
Oh, good.
Better from United, though.
What's that?
Good start from Collier. He's got a bit of that sort of Mainu composure to him, Annie Collier.
Yeah.
Don't know, he just looks steady on the ball. He's not trying to rush things. He's got a sort of head up at all times. He's not panicking. Just keep the ball a bit. It's an interesting position for Liverpool to be in as well, isn't it? Because do they try and sit on this lead, or do they go
It's not
for
really
it?
in their makeup, that, isn't it?
It's not, but
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, we keep giving the ball away like that. We'll decide for them.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, we'll just give you a chance. We'll give you free attacks. Liverpool on the ball. Gravenberch just floating past Collier there. Although he's just come back. He's been good, hasn't he, Gravenberch?
Yeah, he has.
Feels like so many of their attacks start from us giving the ball away, whereas our attacks we have to build up and build up and build up and build up. Like we're giving them their chances and they aren't giving us ours, so we have to do it all ourselves, and we're not currently capable of doing it. Whereas they've not like played out from the back and broke us down at all. Every chance they've had has come from us fucking it up.
Yep.
Which in a way is almost encouraging, because at least you know the setup works. But if your players can't stop making stupid mistakes, then you're gonna lose games, aren't you? Yeah, man, who's booked, he can't go in again there.
Yeah, now he's got to be like that tentative thing.
Yeah.
Oh.
Good block.
Shit.
Who was that
Is
offside?
he offside?
Jota.
It's almost perverse that we're losing 2-0 and the brightest aspects of the game have been the back four.
Yeah. I know, yeah. The best players have been De Ligt, Dallow and fucking Martinez so far. That's a good ball though from Mainu. It's a lovely nod down
good
from
knock
Collier
down.
as well.
Good.
It's a decent shot. It's a good shot. That's the sort of shot we need to take more often as well, because United don't like have many chances unless they're one-on-ones or in behind.
There's not enough spanking it from outside the
No,
box.
it's
is
good
there?
to just get a shot, get a side goal and put it in the corner, and then if something happens, something happens.
Though, Joel, man.
I know.
Hey, I
He
know,
does well there
I know
sometimes.
everyone's been shit and stuff, but the point is Fernandes is the captain and he's the one you sort of look towards when you need inspiration and creativity and goals.
Yeah, he's not been great so far.
Has he had a good start to the season, do you think?
I thought he was quite good against Fulham, but he's not been great. Mainly just getting bodied there.
Fuck's sake. That
3-0.
was too
How's
easy,
that?
that was so easy.
Fucking hell. Onana should have done better for that
Why
one.
is every shot so easy to go in against
Onana should have
Onana?
done better for that one.
Because that wasn't that. This is what Salah's a freak as well. But how? Like that was not a good pass into him.
No.
Do you know what I mean?
And
I
the
don't
ball,
understand
the ball
what-
goes
what-
in like 3 feet into the goal there.
Yeah,
all
it was
three, all three goals have come from us losing the ball in the middle.
Yeah, Mainu this time. This is ridiculous, isn't it? Just shit mistakes again. Just shit mistakes. Mainu getting chucked off the ball. Is it McAllister?
Yeah, McAllister's kind of bodied him there.
Play the ball. They got a spare man obviously because we're trying to counter attack.
What the fuck,
Where
Onana,
the
man?
fuck is Onana there? He's at the fucking near post.
Ethan's laughing because he never rates him anyway, so he's laughing at
That's
that.
fucking terrible. That.
What the fuck, Onana?
Why is he on the other side of the goal?
That is so bad.
Liverpool's back in here. Salah scored again.
Oh
No, he
my
hasn't.
God.
I thought he did. Did it? What happened there?
Well, it felt like it was harder to miss that.
We got to be careful here, you know, like you said.
Yeah. What happened there? Martinez gave it straight to Salah.
Diaz should be fuming. Diaz had a tap in for his hat trick there.
Salah's come alive, man.
It's crazy, this, isn't it? Just every time we play Liverpool. Well, they had fucking 4 shots on target and scored 3 goals. Or 3 shots on target. Absolutely ridiculous.
Fucking piss taking this now.
Now, hey. Fucking lift someone now, what the fuck?
Look at this, fucking hell. Is it corner to Liverpool? Salah in his last 7 appearances at Old Trafford has got, what's that, fucking 7, 8, 9, 10 goals. Every time. We said it before the game, didn't we, that he's just unbelievable against United. David Deval says, bench Onana, let Binday play the next game. This is embarrassing. That one was embarrassing. He just gets his positioning so fucking wrong there. You've got a man at the back post, and he stood closer to the other post than the one that Salah is at. Like, what? I mean, am I an idiot, or is that just fucking
basic
moronic?
goalkeeping, isn't it?
You should be nearer to the post where their player is than the other post. What the fuck? All 3 goals, just midfielders giving the ball away in the middle. You can't have that, can you? That's not going to work. And now we're just hoping that we don't get absolutely battered here.
25 minutes.
All the massive gaps in the field. We've completely lost our heads here. Salah again. Shite.
He's been everywhere, that fucking... He's never played like this in his life. What? How many times do players have like their career's best performance against us?
I know. With Gravenberch today, innit?
Fucking look like Yaya Toure out there. Go on. Kanate is difficult here.
Fucking it is when you don't fucking try out.
For fuck's sake, Rashford.
I think he's done what I've done. He's seen Kanate and thought,
it's not easy, this.
Go on. Try and nick one.
Why not? Oh, shit, man. Yeah, that's alright. Fucking get into someone. Yeah, Rashford there's one-on-one with Kanate and ends up on the halfway line. He just didn't fancy that at all, did he, Rashford?
To be fair, I didn't.
No, it's not easy, but... Needy Terminator says, just had to mute the game. Sick of hearing them say the booing is because Ten Hag is getting sacked. Well, we don't know if he's getting sacked, do we? But I think the booing's for the performance. I don't think it's to get the manager sacked. I think it's because we're 3-0 down at home to Liverpool again.
Obviously, we're criticising Rashford for what he's done on well, but for the last 5 minutes since the goals, he's actually run around a bit like he's cared.
It's all well good at 3-0 down, though, isn't it?
Looks like it's actually bothered him, which it should, but that's the fucking bare minimum. I need to see that from everyone. I'm surprised someone's not lifted someone already anyway.
You're not surprised he's not made any subs, though?
Especially when they do it
from the midfield.
Especially, you've seen the bench, Scott.
Yeah, but I've seen a performance as well. Just not even to see an Ahmad or someone come on.
Yeah, I'd bring Ahmad on. I don't think Garnacho's touched the ball in the second half, has he?
Get off him.
Yeah, I don't think Rashford's been any good either, but take one of him or Garnacho off for Ahmad. But then is Xerxes fit for 90 minutes? He probably isn't, is he? We've got 5 subs we can make, and there's literally 2 players on the bench who are worth bringing on. And that's Ahmad and Collier, and we've done one of them.
And that's off the back of one of our most successful transfer windows.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
I mean, to be fair, Ugarte's not ready yet, is he? And the rest of them are on the pitch.
Okay.
Come on. Just get a goal back. Don't let... Like 3-1 is fucking infinitely better than 5-0. Just start with 1 goal.
This is where we've got to.
I know, but this is where we are. I can't change that we're 3-0
just make down. Just complete one
but
pass.
I'm saying, just get at least show that we didn't completely shit it when we went through. Like, do something. Seems to have calmed down a little bit. Those first few minutes after that third goal was just absolutely all over the place, wasn't it?
I want to go home now, Joe.
Yeah, sorry, we all do. Well, go on then, Rashford. You got a chance here.
Come on.
Go on. Go on, Xerxes! Fucking score that!
He's
He doesn't even do anything wrong there. He heads it down and he heads it on target.
I don't think he had anywhere else to head it though. It's just too close, wasn't it?
Unlucky that. Yeah, that's better though. That he does well. Having a bit of aerial presence is nice. That's so annoying. You just got to hope it goes in. That. Fucking hell, that'd have been good. If that goes in, that would have been massive, wouldn't it?
Come on, Garnacho.
He's not done anything today, has he?
Oh,
yeah, that's all right.
Well done,
Fuck him on. Fuck off.
Oh, for
We'll
God's
score
sake.
again here, Liverpool. Jota's just got a free shot here. Oh no, he hasn't. Martinez, good tackle. And again.
Take a bit of that.
Yeah.
Hold on.
The thing now, though, the game's going to open, innit? We're going to get more chances than they're.
What's happening here?
Delete.
Oh yeah, Delete getting a book.
There was no chance he was getting over, not in it.
No, I don't mind that.
Good tackle from.
Good professional foul. Fuck him off.
Yeah, fuck him up.
Oof.
He couldn't let him go past him though either, could he? And I don't mind someone getting stuck in a little bit. And we've got a throw in and on their corner flag as well, so that's all right. Come on. 25. Well, there could be half an hour left yet, won't there? Get the next goal.
Good last-ditch defending there by
Martinez.
Martinez.
Yeah, it was. 'Cause I thought,
Considering he got a yellow as well,
it was
innit?
between Jota, who had the ball, and whoever it was in the middle. I think it was Salah, and he sort of played it perfectly. That he gave Jota just enough time to think, right, I'll shoot, and then he closed him down and got a block in. He did well there. Shite.
He'll probably never get a brace again as well.
I know.
And it's because of you.
It's been shit. Because of me. Imagine that.
Post-match conference. Well, I heard Joe from Stretford Paddock.
Yeah. Who's in charge?
Because I didn't even jump to the Diaz defence. I was just saying I just think he's a decent player. But
Who's
I don't
in
think
charge
he's
of Karma? Is that a god situation?
Oh, me and Joe
Who
have had this
enforces Karma?
convo so much.
Who enforces it?
I don't. It's literally unprovable.
It's just
We
the
both know
universe.
that.
It's absolute garbage.
It's literally unprovable.
It's just
isn't
a coincidence that I happen to have said that Diaz is shit 45 minutes before he scored 2 goals against us. Dallow getting right up there, and then they can counter-attack right where Dallow should be. Love that.
How easy is that?
Christ.
I'm actually concerned if they bring Núñez on. He's like the way this game's stretched and open.
Yeah.
He's like the last striker you want on.
Because he's fast.
Because
and
he's
strong.
faster and stronger than our whole defence, and he's like, he supports this type of carnage that's going on.
Let's have a
This
look
one
at
here, though.
Xerxes header. He doesn't do much wrong.
directs
If
it,
you can
doesn't
get
he?
it more in the corner, then great. But he doesn't do a lot wrong, does he? He heads it down. It's on target. Just got to try and hit the inside net in there, but I feel bad for him there because he's not done a lot wrong. It's a good save. I think Ahmad and Maguire both coming on at some point.
Good term.
Oh, Collier.
Poor ball from Collier there. I can't believe we're losing this 3-0.
And it's mad though. It could have been like 4, 5. I'm just gonna hope they get complacent and we can nick one. But I think it's complacency might be the only thing that stops them scoring again.
Yeah. That's good from Colin.
Because even Jota then, like, that was like...
The thing is, like Joe was saying,
For a pass, Marcus. Fucking hell.
before the
Maybe
game.
he's 6 yards away from you, you're kicking it at his hip. Keep it. Sorry, Scotty, what was it?
You were saying before the game when United go 1-0 or 2-0 up, we seem to sort of lose our arse and try to hold on to a lead. Where Liverpool haven't, they don't obviously seem to be doing that.
No, they
They'd
want to
be
get
more
5.
than happy to get 5 and embarrass us.
He's been poor Garnacho today, hasn't he? Just not got involved at all.
All our forward, most of our players,
Yeah.
apart from Bright's, taking the lid off.
Is he? Fair enough. He's
Probably not fit enough. Yeah.
He's been very good today, Delic. Best player for United. Again, despite being 3-0 down, he's been our best player. Not really put a foot wrong, has he?
Nah, not at all.
Was that Delic coming off getting booed then?
I think
they're booing Garnacho being subbed in it, you know. But fans love Garnacho, man.
They do, but he's not done anything today. Is it because people want Rashford off?
Yeah, probably.
I think bringing Ahmad on's a good idea.
I don't think Garnacho and Rashford have just been equal. I can't even say that Garnacho's been any better than Rashford either.
No, I agree. Free kick to United now, 25 yards out.
I think we can get.
You need to get.
Come on, man, Jota.
I think,
hey, Bruno, right over Jota's head. It's actually a good chance. This.
Yeah, it is.
Terrible.
That looked a bit givey up here.
It looked like it caught all the United players off guard. Because he didn't have a run up. No one moved until he touched it, but he touched it like a second after he moved. I feel like everyone just sort of didn't react there. Oh.
I'm glad United aren't playing on my birthday weekend. Next week.
Is it your birthday next week?
It's the 7th.
Nice. Good turn. Keep it now. Keep it now.
No.
Well done. Go on then, Ahmad.
I'm leaving here with Sutton, Denzel Washington style.
It's a good ball. Come on, what you got, Marcus?
Go on, lad.
That's all right. ASEC says, just shut the entire club down, sell the stadium for student flats, can't be asked with it anymore, we're absolutely cursed. Imagine that. Manchester United have announced that they have decided to fold as a football team. Somehow they've already managed to get a contract with student accommodation to make the former Old Trafford site into flats that will only be sold to City fans. That'd be one hell of a statement after the game, wouldn't it? The shittest thing as well is that this sort of result is not a shock at all anymore, is it? Like, over the last sort of 7 or 8 years, us getting battered by our rivals has become pretty commonplace, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Like, it's only Arsenal, really, who haven't absolutely pummeled us at one time or another. City and Liverpool in particular, just every few games, they batter us.
Just because it's not become surprising that we get battered, it shouldn't be acceptable.
Oh, yeah,
I'm not saying you are, but what I mean is, from a board position, like how many 10 are conceded against Liverpool now?
Yeah, 10, well, 15 probably.
You know what I mean?
But until today, I think this was the 7-0 was the only one he'd lost against Liverpool.
Really?
Yeah. So it's.
I drew what? Yeah, drew. Yeah.
Beat him in the cup.
FA Cup.
Beat him at Old Trafford last season. Drew home and away last season. So it's like, if we win, it's really tight and we just scrape it, and if we lose, we get fucking pummeled. Come on! Bring the fucking ball down!
He's gonna shoot.
There's.
Go on, Ahmad. Oh, fuck.
That looked like it was going to be amazing. Martinez with the overhead
We look
effort.
a lot better since Ahmad's come on already. He's got into more dangerous areas than Garnacho and Rashford put together in about 4 minutes. Genuinely. Unlucky there at Martinez. I don't know why he's there, but he is. It's unlucky. It's a very, very difficult shot to try and put in the back of the net, that. I don't know.
Played against, managed 63 games against.
Yeah, that's incredible, isn't it? Yeah. Sir Alex Ferguson there on the screen managed 63 games versus Liverpool. More than anyone
I wonder
else.
what the percentage of that was.
The win percentage? I bet it's not that high. I bet it's about...
No, it won't be that high.
35%.
I remember...
No, there's been lots of draws, man, and
Yeah,
they did us a fair few times. That.
Yeah, they did.
I just remember it's not... Even under Fergie weren't too great against Liverpool.
No.
Especially at Anfield.
Yeah.
I remember I got kicked out when we got beat 4-1 by them at Old Trafford.
Yeah, I remember that. Was that the Danny Murphy one? Or did he...
Fernando Torres when he
Oh,
ripped
yeah.
Vidic.
I'm thinking before that. Well done, Darlow.
I got into a scrap with one of our own fans behind him.
Fucking hell, no, man.
There's the stat.
What's this?
It's his points per match.
Against Liverpool?
He's got the draws. He's got the...
Is this just Sir Alex's?
Yeah. 130, drew 34, lost 21.
So yeah, win rate of about 35%. Or slightly higher even.
No.
36,
almost
37.
50, innit?
No. Because if he'd played... Wait. Oh, sorry, yeah. Yeah, it is. 45%. That's very good, that, isn't it? Against your biggest rival.
Come on now.
Go on, Ahmad.
Fucking hell, he's got 3 men round him there.
Asking questions, though, isn't it?
It's just tactics
Yeah,
out the
it is.
windows again now, here, isn't it?
Yeah, just pumping it
Just
up
up
the
it
pitch.
up, lob it up.
Gav536 says, does Ten Hag make it past the international break with 2 new coaches who he has no history with sat in the wings? I think he does, yeah.
Yeah.
I think he does.
Well, who's
He's
the next game?
I'll double check.
Is it Barnsley in the cup?
From what I've heard, we haven't got that good of a run in terms of fixtures.
Southampton and then Barnsley. You think they'd give him Southampton? So it's Southampton, Barnsley, Palace, FC Twente, Arsenal, Porto, and then Villa away. I think he gets at least then.
Yeah.
You can't sack. If you sack him, regardless of the result, if you sack your manager 3 games into the season after you went on this fucking massively public managerial job hunt and you couldn't find anyone better than him, that looks terrible on INEOS as much as Ten Hag.
Is that 1, 2, 3, 4 games, 11 days? That's the usual now, isn't it? These days.
Yeah, 4 games between the 14th of September and the 25th. But 5 games in 13 days, or 15 days, should I say as well? If you took the Tottenham game in there. "15 minutes to go. Get one back, come on. Show a bit of something."
Oh, breakdancing there, Maguire.
No space there at all for me, no fucking hell.
Oh my God.
Salah just is on all the time, isn't he? That switch to Salah is just always on. Fucking hell. It's just slowed down again now, the game, on it. United lost that little bit of energy we had when we thought we might get one back. Liverpool coasting a bit. Madness. Roham says 3-0 down at Old Trafford, we're a joke. Samuel Thompson, absolutely done with this club. Ten Hag should walk. There you go.
Go on, Ahmad.
Well done, Ahmad. Keep the ball.
Just keep it.
Well done. I can see why he went with Garnacho and Rashford, and I thought he would. But it didn't work, did it? And Ahmad's looked good since he came.
Crowd just fumed at Rashford then for not going one-on-one.
People are really frustrated with
On him,
Rashford,
innit?
aren't they? Like anything he does.
He's getting his micro-analysed now as well.
Yeah, he does.
Not
Great ball.
good.
That was a great ball.
Oh, it was a great ball.
What a cross that is from Rashford.
Looked harder to miss that, didn't it?
Yeah. It's brilliant from Rashford, that. It's a good run as well.
Oof.
And
He's got
he's
to do
shown
better,
he's
you
shown the instincts,
Yeah,
Xerxes, to
Yeah.
get goals, but it's just not been his day at all.
Oh, got that all wrong.
Just hits it straight back, doesn't he? No shape on it at all. You can't miss them two. If you have both of those chances,
Like the header
and you don't score either of them,
Well, he's had all United's best chances, hasn't he?
Yeah.
The sweeping shot.
it's going to be 4-0 here.
Oh, you fucked it, lad.
Why didn't you shoot first time? You
That's what I mean. What did I
arrogant
say? The
prick.
only reason why is they'll get complacent. That was
Yeah.
just casual and complacent.
If he just hits that first time, it's
no,
4-0.
I'm fucking glad he didn't.
no.
I'm glad he didn't.
That's ridiculous. How did they get to that position there? Maguire to Bruno, up to Ahmad. It's actually let us keep possession in their third a little bit more.
Go on,
bring
Ahmad.
Oh, that was great, Ahmad.
It was.
Oh, what's he doing there?
Taking the piss
You
is
should
what he's
get
doing.
you should get subbed for that.
Yeah. He's taking the piss, isn't it? Like
Oh,
you
yeah,
said.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
just
trying to take the piss
complacency.
complacent. What?
Trying
Yeah.
to get on his,
What
is
a
it, on his
clown.
hands and knees and head it in.
Yeah, what a clown.
Yeah.
Fucking clown.
Go on then, whip one in.
Still can't believe that third goal. You know, that keeping was so bad.
Yeah, it was bizarre, wasn't it?
Weird.
He's like a full yard too far the other way there. It's not like he's half a step. He's like a yard
Go
the
on.
wrong way.
It was like I was playing football with my daughters the other day, and I'll leave them like half the net wider, just so you know they're going to
Go on,
score.
have a shot.
It's like, yeah, go on.
It's like he thought, oh, he wants to whip it back. He wants to like curl it with his left foot.
Yeah.
So what I'll do, predicting that, I'll just leave this near side completely wide open. Oh, it's gone in. And he's hit it first time. Maybe he didn't think he'd hit it first time, but what the fuck are you doing?
Do you reckon this is what it feels like to be on like death row? Nah,
Probably.
just waiting for the buzz.
Probably,
Put me
yeah.
out of my misery.
Ten Hag's just said to Van Nistelrooy that.
What would you have as your final death row meal?
Probably a picture of my victim.
Really? Oh, right, okay.
I'd fucking really double
Would you?
down. Yeah. Just whoever I've killed, I'm just eating a picture of that staring at the camera. Not even an ounce of remorse.
Just have your when you're in the chair. Just have, you can't even have your hands.
Your
in
hands
it.
are tied
Just
down.
like that. Just like
Well, no, if I'm actually picking like my favourite meal, I saw a podcast and this was a very good idea. For your final meal, you choose to eat the electric chair.
Oh.
So that way they have to shut down for maintenance. We'll try again tomorrow. But because it's the next day, you then get another final meal.
Right,
I'll take
okay.
the chair again. So you basically all you're eating is chair, but they can't kill you because there's no functioning electric chairs in the prison.
But you probably die from shit and splinters.
There is that, yeah. But all you have to do is just eat the most sort of difficult parts to replace.
Oh, just nibble through it like a little
Yeah, I'll
rat,
just have
so
that
just to-
semiconductor
yeah.
there, please,
Right,
and then
yeah,
that's
yeah,
fucked
yeah.
the whole thing anyway.
But wouldn't you get electrocuted by chewing through wires?
No, because I'm cutting them up. I'm having
You're
them.
cutting them up and you're not getting electrocuted with a metal knife.
No, they've had to take it off the chair. 'Cause I'm just picking which bits I want. Yeah.
Well, that was a bit of a light relief.
He's offside, I think. Oh, Nunes has come on as well.
Yeah, he has.
Good touch. Bad touch. overall bad. His first touch was really good there, Collie, but then just went the other way.
Where'd you give
Karim Kanawi, with just some stats. Our goal difference is -3, correct. Our points tally is 3, correct. September 1st, correct. There you go.
I was kind of disappointed there wasn't a third free. I thought it was going to
It's
be
not
Yeah.
September 1st everywhere, though.
Sorry?
Isn't it?
No.
Technically, what, it's September the 2nd in Australia or whatever?
Yeah.
Probably is, yeah. What are they like, those Australians? Blimey.
Always ahead, innit?
Always ahead.
This is always the fun part about getting battered, where you can't be arsed and just find really random stuff.
Because it's been 3-0 for like 25 minutes now as well.
Yeah.
We've just had time to sort of...
And that Szoboszlai thing really pissed me off as well.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm glad he
Arrogant.
didn't score, but it's still the way that they can just be like fucking
That complacent.
arrogant
yeah.
and blasé about things.
Yeah.
I would have wanted to foul him because of that.
Offside. What a life. Shit pass. I don't understand it. I don't understand why we're so capable of getting battered by our rivals. But when's the last time we battered any of our rivals? Like 3-goal cushion against any City, Liverpool, Arsenal. 20 years ago?
Well, there was the 6-2 or 7, but the Van Persie game with Arsenal at Old Trafford. What was that, 7-2?
Yeah. All right then, against City or Liverpool.
Oh, I can't
Is it
remember.
ever-
I fucking don't remember ever battering City.
It's mad, isn't it?
Van Gaal probably best 2-0 against
2-0. We get a 2-0, we get a 2-1. But just this thing of us getting battered by them two in particular is just so common now, isn't it? Don't even seem to matter the managers. It happened under Fergie. 6-1.
But you wouldn't like. I think Ronaldo touched on it before. Rashford actually started giving a shit when we first started going 3-0 down. And I might be showing my age here and stuff, but players for this fixture in particular, you weren't losing this game. Like you could lose Brighton, but you dare
Make
go.
sure you don't lose this
Yeah,
one.
you dare don't go on that football pitch and don't give 100% every single one of you. And it's just been fucking average,
Yeah, it is.
and it's not acceptable at all.
No. And
But they'll still get paid next week. I can't go through another season of this shit, man. I'm trying to be positive.
I know. It's hard, isn't it? It's hard. And it is this like you said, you don't lose to Liverpool at home.
No.
Find a way, whatever. Like, I know that isn't a tactic, and that isn't, you can't instill.
Oh, it's an
not
ethos,
losing.
though, isn't it?
But
That's
yeah,
your.
this thing
That's
of,
where
like,
you're
this
laying
doesn't
your.
happen.
Yeah.
Whereas now
Standards. That's what the
Yeah.
club used to have.
Yeah. But it's weird because, like we said, even in the times when City was shit, we didn't batter them 6-3, 5-0.
There was
4-3.
1-5 I remember a
Yeah.
Kanchelskis hat but that was like 94.
Yeah,
wasn't it?
30 years ago.
He looks pissed. I can imagine being forward after that performance. Like, not playing well generally, but then when you've had a couple of opportunities, Bruno's one bozo moment a game thing that he does. You know, when he does one action where you just don't really know what, you can't really explain
You just
it.
get sick of
He's
it.
had 87
boots
minutes,
it as hard as
hasn't
he
he?
can.
He's had a shit game as well.
Why do you keep laughing? I can't do another season of this.
I didn't laugh then.
Of Ethan sniggering.
Oh yeah. I think that was just an out breath. He's laughing now though. He's laughing at you
Always
losing your
sniggers
head.
in these games that we lose on watch-alongs. Just because they shit house the win before against Spurs. Oh, I thought.
We're all getting upset. What do we think with Ten Hag? Do you think
I'm
he'll...
not saying it.
Well, no, but what do you think? Would you get rid of him now?
No, I'm not. I'm not saying get rid of him now, but I've made a promise to like people who follow me, and I said I'm going to try to be positive and get behind this new regime and stuff.
Go on.
And obviously today isn't all down to to him, but it's just I'm tired of losing these sort of games.
Yeah.
3 games into a season where we're supposed to be optimistic, and we got 3 points out of 9.
Yeah.
And now we've got to wait an international break that nobody gives a shit about.
I know, yeah. Everyone wishes that international break wasn't happening.
And you
even
just know
the players.
that, yeah, and how many players have come back injured?
Yeah, probably at least one.
Is it Southampton away?
Yeah.
Not an easy game.
Basically taking a free kick in open play.
Yeah, I know.
Jesus Christ.
No one anywhere near him there, was there? He's 20 yards out, Salah, and like you said, he's got a free run up to put the ball exactly where he wants at the back post there. No one near him. Go on then. It's a good ball, that. Good touch as well, Ahmad.
Peter.
Fucking hell. Just the little bobbles and everything just hitting us in the face and going to them.
Fucking hell, what a touch that was.
They're going to get another here, aren't they, Liverpool? That's not a foul. Fuck off. It's not a foul, that.
He was given a foul. He played
Was it?
advantage. Yeah, played advantage.
That's shit, that. That's less of a foul than the Diaz one on Casemiro for their second goal. Didn't do anything.
Was it in the box?
He sort of grabs his back leg.
It's not even a foul.
it's
It's
not
not a
a
foul.
foul.
That's less of a foul than Casemiro that the fucking everyone laughed at. It's not a foul.
He fucking jumped down on it as soon as he felt contact.
He stepped across Mazraoui, even though the ball's nowhere near him, and he hasn't been fouled.
That touch by Salah though. He fucking turns up against us.
Yeah. He's been good all season, to be fair, Salah.
He's looked miles better.
He always does it,
he's started miles at the end of last season.
shocking.
He looked not miles off it.
Yeah. They had that argument with Klopp, didn't they? They had that
Yeah.
huge bust up.
Kurt Beaver says 7-0, 6-3, 4-0 to Palace and Brentford. Ten Hag has embarrassed United fans enough. 2 trophies can't cover up this league form. I hate that we have to start talking about the manager's future 3 games into the season as well. Even if he like stays or goes, or whether you want him to stay or go, it's shit that this conversation has arrived instantly this season, isn't it?
But we're at this point because of last season. It's not just based on 3
No, of
games.
course
you know
it's
what
not.
I mean? It's like
But
it's in the context. It's
if
all
we'd
his
have
own
won
doing.
these 3 or got 1-2 drawn
Don't
one, we
happen.
wouldn't be having this conversation. I know. Yeah, it's obviously because of last season as well. But they've just done a fucking search for a new manager and they couldn't find one.
You better get on like read.com or something. It's not good, this.
You're a twat as well, McAllister. Well done, Ahmad. Bloody hell. Free kick, corner to United, sorry. One by Maguire, one by Van Dijk.
Have you got
Done well there.
good hands? Fuck me. And I would have parried that.
This is so annoying, isn't it? It's so shit. Have we battered anyone in under 10 Hag, says Suvajit, sorry. I don't know. No.
Ourselves.
Nothing stands out now.
Didn't we have like a big game with Leicester? That was it.
We've been out of the Premier League for fucking 12 months.
Yeah.
Last season we didn't fucking batter anyone, did we?
I'm pretty sure we beat Leicester about 4-0. I was in Everton.
Yeah. It's been...
Slim
we've just not
pickings.
scored enough goals, have we? In the last 3 years or 2 years. game over, isn't it? I mean, obviously we knew it was, but they're playing like it now. Rhino Boy says Xerxes should have scored 2. It'd be nice to have anyone to finish a chance. Interesting. Shambolic midfield. 3 mistakes led to 3 goals. Otherwise, United were good. I mean, there was a spell after that 3rd goal went in where we were anything except good. We completely lost our heads for about 10 minutes. But this is what happens every time we play Liverpool, isn't it? They're clinical and we're not. We've had 3 or 4 good chances in this game, not put any in. Liverpool have had 5 good chances, scored 3 of them.
It's a sort of game though. We could have had 40 chances and we didn't look like we were going to be clinical. We still struggled to score. But every time they attack, you expect it to put in the back of the net.
Yeah.
In fact, we're more surprised when they didn't. The guy who ballsed around with it.
Yeah. Funt says, I don't blame Ten Hag for these issues. However, he needs to find a way to fix these, as it's not even surprising anymore. Still Ten Hag in though. It's like you can't just keep getting battered all the time. I don't think that what we've seen today is a tactical problem, but then this not being able to instill I don't even know what it is, just a winning mentality against the bigger teams. But then we have, I mean, this is the second. I think we've won more than we've lost against Liverpool, or certainly I think we've won 2, drawn 2, lost 2 since Ten Hag arrived. So it's not like we always lose to them, but when we lose, we get battered. Like we beat them in the FA Cup, we beat them at Old Trafford the first season.
Yeah.
We drew twice to them in the league last season, and then amongst that, we've lost 7-0 and 3-0. That's the thing. If this was a 1-0, you could.
If it was 1-0, you'd sort of stomach it because
But it's the batterings, isn't it? Why are we getting battered by them?
Because I disagree with what you said there somewhat, because you said it's not a tactical problem. Okay, he got part of it right in the first 30 minutes and stuff, but do you not think he was a little bit too pragmatic, or we didn't have enough ideas with the front 3 that he picked to try and create more chances? We went 50 minutes in the first half with the injury time and had 1 shot by our right back. That ain't good enough. I ain't seen players out there on that pitch that are worried of the embarrassment that they should have if they get beat by Liverpool by any score.
I agree with that.
They don't run around at all with any sort. I hate the word passion merchant, but go through someone. It's like you were saying, Ronaldo, though, isn't it? Like you'd have took someone off the floor by now.
There was a couple of moments.
The highlight of the game from a United point of view was De Ligt going through someone and getting a yellow card. That was it. Pricks.
Yeah, it's hard to put your finger on exactly what that is, isn't it? The ability to lose games like this. 3-0, Manchester United have lost to Liverpool full time there. Final whistle goes. This is My Roderick says, watch these fake crybaby fans have a meltdown. Crying Ten Hag out. Casemiro at fault. This isn't Ten Hag. Players, as always, are at fault. We don't deserve this. Clowned by fake fans and rival fans. Interesting. I mean, I think you can definitely blame the manager for some things, but the thing that's cost us today is those 2 goals in the first half. And
all three of our goals today came from losing the ball in our own third.
Yeah. Well, the last one was just on the halfway line, wasn't it? B News says, didn't you guys say Liverpool were going to drop off this season with Klopp gone?
I didn't say that.
Also, yeah, there's fucking 3 games into the season. Let's show me your trophies. Fucking hell. Right, we'll be back in a few minutes for the review. Stay where you are. You'll be taken straight over there. We'll go through what the fuck has gone wrong today for Manchester United once again. Thank you, Scotty, for coming on. Thank you, Ronaldo, as well. Thank you for joining at home. We'll see you in a bit.